relaxing, girl?
It's a little chill out there for me.
A little what?
Chilly out there for me.
A little chilly out there.
Yeah.
No, it's early in the morning. Who knows what she's talking about? Anyway,
But wait till 10. You still.
yeah. You gonna strip down at 10 or what?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's a cooker. Oh.
All right.
Man, I cannot do anything.
All
I
I'm saying
swear
is
to it.
nothing worse than a sweaty Filipino, Terry.
Well, I don't stink, so.
Okay, I don't
There you
know
go.
what is really intended and implied there, but
That's actually the name of one of my bands I was in.
Sweaty Filipino.
Yes.
Yes, they're awesome. Anyway, so all I'm saying is you got to be prepared to be versatile and strip down if need be if you're sweltering at 10 a.m.
Oh, I can throw this bad boy off real quick if need be.
So you're layered.
Oh, I'm not layered.
Anyway.
You know, whatever. Some may beg to differ.
Okay. Anyway, I don't really feel like I'm following.
Okay.
But good morning. How are you? Nice
I'm
to see
good.
you. What's
How are
new?
you?
Everything all right? What's going
Everything's
on?
good.
Yeah,
No
nothing on the home front exciting or what?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not that I can think of. How about you?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Got a new nanny?
Oh, did you?
I thought it was just a passing little note.
Well,
How exciting our lives are.
I actually
all
was
keeping
going to
track.
ask you about it
Yeah,
to
we
see if you had gotten
started on
anyone.
Monday. She's fine.
Okay, good.
Great.
Good.
Lucked out, seems.
Yeah.
Like Miss Doubtfire?
Seems like it's almost as better. I don't know. It seems just too good to be true. But
Oh,
anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
And that's all
And
I got.
everything's good. All right, then.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
more than the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Apparently my, well, I'll get into this later.
Uh-oh. See, I
So
you
I just
know
realized
that
there
it
is something.
bothers me when you, like, start something and then you don't.
Well, I don't have time to finish it. You would
Well, can
rather
you
me
at least-
start something I don't have time to finish?
No, can you at least, finish the sentence?
No, because that'll make you want to hear it more.
Well, true, but then, you can do whatever you need to do, and then we can talk about it later or ask me to make a note
That's
about
right.
asking
Okay,
you
fine.
about it later.
If that is important to you, then make a note
Yes.
to remind me
Yes.
to tell you about what's happening with my personal sex tapes. My Ray J contributions to the world.
What?
Wow.
All right?
We can't leave this hanging now.
Well, because we talked about this
Right.
last week.
Right. We talked about
And
how everybody has
I told you
one.
everybody in this day and age has a sex tape.
Right.
All right. Well, because of that conversation, I feel like I'm being punished.
Oh, boy.
All right?
Really?
Yes.
All right. Then I'll make a note of it.
Make a note of that.
I will.
You got a note of that?
I got note
What does
of
the
it.
note say?
The note says,
You got no notes.
remind
You got nothing.
him.
You got no note. I'm looking at you. You're
It's
not even
a
writing.
mental note.
Oh, a mental note. Wow, that really scares me.
Remind him about how he's being treated about his sex tapes.
All right.
So the thought of hiring a new nanny kind of sprung that memory a little bit. There's no correlation, or I'm just wondering.
I don't know if you want to connect the dots, but
Nanny sex tapes.
I don't think there's any really connecting fibers there, but
Okay.
you can draw your own conclusions. Anyway, so you made a note of that?
I did.
Okay.
Mental note.
Okay.
So we'll never hear about it.
Yeah, you should write it down.
That's
Jerry.
what I'm thinking.
Jeez.
So I'm in the
No,
clear.
I got you, Stephen.
We'll
I
come
did write
back.
it
We'll
down.
get things
good.
started right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
What else can I do? And then I bring in a reliever that's throwing 30, 40-foot curveballs to boot. Now, I can see,
Right.
I can start to see some of the ways that this team has lost ball games.
We played these comments a few days ago, Terry, but now there's a story that's come out based on them. Lou Piniella is very upset with ESPN for what he feels is overdoing the playing of these comments on SportsCenter, Terry.
Wow.
I can
really?
see it. We've got to correct it, obviously.
What's not working overall now?
What the hell do you think isn't working? You see the damn game.
Yeah, that's Lou Piniella. He lashes out at a reporter like that, and he's wondering why they're playing it on SportsCenter, Terry.
Yeah.
His point is they're playing it a little too much, and they're overdoing it. And he's been very friendly to ESPN over the years. Mm-hmm. When they ask him to join in the booth for a broadcast, he's gone in there, and he says he won't do that again because he feels they're playing this footage and these comments too much. What is enough? When you say stuff like this, it's priceless.
I know,
Terry.
I was going to
I
say.
mean, please.
What else can I do? And then I bring in a reliever that's throwing 30, 40-foot curveballs to boot. Now, I can start to see some of the ways that this team has lost ball games. I can see it. We've got to correct it, obviously.
What's not working overall now?
What the hell do you think isn't working? You see the damn game.
Well, actually, I don't. I fell asleep in the 5th inning today. Your team is really boring. It was asked by a reporter, so when he made it clear that he's upset with ESPN, a reporter then asked him if he's obviously bothered by the fact that he's featured so prominently on SportsCenter in this fashion, and he says, no, it bothers my wife.
Wow.
She'd like to see me like that. I'm sure she sees him like that more often than she wants to anyway, Terry.
And they're not talking baseball.
I wonder what it's like to be his son and come home with a little fender bender in the car.
Oh, jeez.
All right, probably not the easiest day of your life.
What's not working overall now?
What the hell do you think isn't working? You see the damn game.
Yes, and that's my job, is to ask you questions about it and not be screamed at like I'm some little dick here. Pinella's pissed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Pinella's bosses are not surprised by the outburst, saying we knew we were hiring a manager that likes to let off steam from time to time.
Right.
Have you seen the footage of him throwing bases
Oh, my
and
gosh,
spitting
no
in umpires'
kidding.
faces when he's talking
Kicking
so
dirt.
loudly and kicking dirt on umpires' shoes? This is nothing. Why is he so pissed off at ESPN for this?
I don't know. Maybe his wife did. I mean, maybe it does bother him that it does bother his wife, or she may have said something finally and said, really.
I can't go to the grocery store and buy a piece of broccoli without people coming up and talking to me about you. Something like that.
Yeah, could have
I've heard that
been.
before in my life.
Could have been.
Anyway.
Piece of broccoli.
A piece.
One
I
piece,
just want
please.
one.
That's right. That's all you go to the grocery store for. Anyway, he said on Monday, they have fun with me, so let them have fun. When they ask me to be on their show at any point in the future, I just won't be on. But they could have their fun with me. They always do. So why should that change? That's his exact quote.
But when I get fired, they can hire me.
So, Lou, you seem to be very worked up over the fact that you got so worked up here.
Oh, look, I'm not your little puppet. You can't just pull my string and enjoy the antics, all right?
Enjoy the air.
Very serious business
But
out
we
there.
have, and we are.
Look, it's very serious. I'm here to manage the Cubs. I'm not here to get all fired up and have you laugh at it. There's nothing funny about it.
It is kind of funny.
Leave me
though,
the hell
Lou.
alone.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
All right, take it easy.
Just
take
win.
it easy. Don't hit me.
Leave me alone. We're going to be back for Game 6, too, by the way.
Got it.
In case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
Holding our breath.
Get the red carpet ready for us.
Got it.
Here we come.
Here we go.
Also, if you look at the sports section, Terry, interesting to note that the Giants have this pitcher that so far he's pitched a whole bunch of games in minor league baseball and AAA from the University of Washington, a guy that the Seattle Mariners should have known about because they had an option to draft him, and he was kind of just like right down the street, but they passed up on him, and the Giants drafted him, and he hasn't allowed an earned run so far in all his games in minor league baseball.
Wow.
And they're comparing him already to Felix Hernandez. And yet, you don't get the feeling that the people in the Northwest have any realization of how good Felix Hernandez is. I know it's only been 2 games so far this season, but I don't know how anyone's going to get a hit off this guy. No. He's pitching tonight.
And they're comparing this guy to him?
And I'll tell you right now, you could get in to see him tonight. You better, because the day is coming where it's going to be impossible to get a ticket to watch this guy pitch. This guy is so the real deal, Terry.
Really?
20 years old, and the next big thing in Major League Baseball. And you shouldn't have to have me tell you about that. It's obvious.
Who does he play for?
On ESPN, they were making a big deal out of Dice K last week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Felix Hernandez was pitching against him and made Dice Clay look like nothing. One measly little flare kind of hit the Red Sox got in the entire game. And not even close to looking like they were threatening to score against the Mariners in that game. Felix Hernandez, 20 years old, is the next big thing in Major League Baseball, and that's an understatement.
Ooh.
The problem is 2 years ago when he had that good second half of the season, and then last year sucked.
Last year, he was a
killing
little tubby.
Yeah.
And last year, he was a little maybe not ready for being thrusted at 19 into the limelight. This year, everyone's kind of taken their focus off him a tiny bit, and he's able to do exactly what he's capable of doing. And when he's doing that, he's unhittable. And they're saying this guy for the Giants that pitched for the University of Washington is like in that same mode. I haven't seen this guy yet. I've seen Felix Hernandez, Terry, and I know talent. You know I should be a scout. I should be a lot of things, Terry. Would never be a scout that get paid measly money. But
You and Squiggy.
Oh, that's right.
doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that Felix Hernandez is the next perennial all-star in Major League Baseball. I don't care how good the Twins are so far this season out of the box. They have a nice winning record so far. They ain't winning tonight. Felix is even close to on his game.
So is he under a contract for a long time? Are they paying him?
I think he's got about 3 years, probably up for arbitration in 2 years. And
Making $400,000 this year. He's about to get paid.
I don't know how you live on that, but he's going to get a nice, hefty contract real soon.
Little bump.
A little bump up, a little escalator clause or so. Now, Terry, what else is
Cost
going
of
on in the
living.
world, please?
Interesting little study found that men
He
who
may be able to max out his 401k if you're worried. Go ahead, yes.
found that men who are into S&M
Oh, geez.
are actually mentally healthier than men who aren't.
And mentally healthy is described as what now?
Well, you know, psychologically better, sound, yes.
Men who are into S&M,
Yes.
sadomasochistic behavior, is that what you're saying? Are mentally healthier than men who have no interest or have interest but can't allow themselves to embrace that kind of world and society, Terry?
Yeah.
Well, now does it say whether it's better to be on the receiving end or the giving end, or does that not matter?
As far as this
'Cause
research,
I'll tell you right now, if I'm ever going to get into S&M, and I've never felt the real strong urge to get full board into S&M, okay?
Right.
I don't need my ass whipped, but if I'm ever into
By
S&M,
a dominatrix type woman.
if I'm ever into S&M, I'm on the giving end.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm knocking around the puss. I am not going to be like spinning on some board
Oh yeah. Right.
and being whipped and being like, oh, yeah, keep going. I don't see any value. I don't see any kind of... I remember watching a movie where this guy was, strapped to a board, strapped to a wheel.
Oh, like the Big Six in the casino?
Like the Big Six in the casino. He's strapped to a wheel,
I think yeah.
and he's spun around, and he's being whipped, and he's loving it.
How does it go again?
He's getting off on it. And I'm like, you got to untie me quick. And I'm not even him. I'm feeling like claustrophobic just watching this.
Right.
If it lands in between his toes, you get $5.
I like to be more the dominant, Terry.
Right,
When
right,
it comes
I
to my
gotcha.
lovemaking experiences.
Wow.
But I don't think it ever crosses the line into sadomasochistic behaviors, Terry. Not that I don't like to toss whoever is
At the receiving end for you.
on the receiving end around here and there, Terry, just in case you needed to put that on the record. I definitely have a room for that in my life, but
Sure.
I don't think it ever has crossed the line to what's considered S&M.
It seems like physical pain's on the opposite scale, opposite side of the scale from sex. I mean, I don't get it.
But hey,
but
Terry's
then
giving
again-
you an attractive reason as to why maybe you should allow this, whether you're into it or not. I mean, I want to be a healthy guy mentally.
Right,
I don't
sure.
want to be unhealthy mentally.
Right.
I guess I got to put a ball in some woman's mouth.
Sounds good. What? I don't really care.
I'll have one put in
I
your
gotta
mouth.
put a super pinky in some woman's mouth and tie it behind her head, or put the leather mask on and zip it up to her forehead.
Yeah.
I guess
Go
that's
down
what,
into the dungeon.
I guess that's what I got to do if I want to be. Hey, why wouldn't you want to be healthy mentally,
right,
Terry?
Of course. Of
I'll
course.
just do the word jumble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Yeah, they say the jumble's good for your mental health too, right? Yeah, that's.
Well,
Let's see, the
researchers.
jumble or S&M. I'm bored.
Tough one.
I'm bored on a weekday afternoon. Do I want to do the jumble, or do I want to do a little S&M kind of action? I'll get back to you on this.
Okay. Well, they're saying that researchers say that their best guess as to why, what they've found is that they believe they're more in harmony with themselves because they're into something that is unusual and are really comfortable with that.
Where the hell are you getting such a cockamamie weirdo story like this, Terry?
S&M times.
A study
buy our
out
magazine.
of the University of New South Wales.
Oh, New South Wales. Everything that's reputable comes out of the University of New South Wales. Those whales are brilliant. Okay, wonderful. So does it say? You never told me. Do you need to be on the giving end or the receiving end, or does it not matter?
As far as this study shows, it says getting punished.
So you have to be on the
So
receiving
you have to be
end.
on the receiving end. So you're the one with the ball in your mouth
with
getting
that.
your booty spanked.
To hell with that.
Yeah.
You have to have a ball in your mouth?
I don't think so.
Now, what if you got spanked as a child a lot? Does that count?
Maybe so. Maybe so.
How crazy does SMM? What is it? SMM?
S&M.
S&M.
Well, there's what is it?
Well, like
S or bondage is part of it. And
are you
something
like
else.
lightly stabbing, or how
geez.
crazy does it
Whoa.
get? I don't
Stabbing,
know how
huh?
crazy.
Get the knife out?
I said lightly stabbing,
How do you lightly
like pinpricks
Hey,
or whatever.
that's not light.
I don't know how
That's
crazy.
acupuncture.
I don't know.
You want to know what qualifies as S&M?
Yes.
Terry, the man is just a mere 23 years old. Probably should know by now. And he wants to know what qualifies. He doesn't have any kind of exposure even to hearing enough about S&M, and he wants your in-depth analysis because you're the resident expert on S&M.
Oh, I so
Well, you got
am.
the hair for it, Terry.
You do.
I do. Well, on CSI, when
got the-
Grissom
Oh, my
sees
God.
his...
You got the jet black, straight, long hair,
have,
Terry.
right?
I mean, women buy wigs that are into S&M that look like yours.
Right.
You
Halloween.
absolutely have the hair for S&M behaviors.
Yeah.
So don't pretend like you're not abreast of what goes on in that world.
Well, you put on the big, thigh-high stiletto boots and the...
Your study says here that 2% of men currently are actively into the lifestyle that is S&M type ways of
right.
enjoying their sexual experience.
Right.
2%. So
Yeah,
every 100 men you meet, 2 are zipping up the leather mask at night.
That seems still high to me.
That seems kind of high.
Well, but they also say in that study, those are the ones that admit it,
Yeah.
right? Those are the ones that admit
Researchers
it.
believe the numbers are actually higher, but people are unwilling to admit that they're into bondage,
Right.
being disciplined, if you will, sadomasochism, etc., etc.
So
You
only
don't know
two-
what any of those words necessarily
Well,
mean?
not the masochism.
Bondage you can figure out.
Got
Just-
it. Dominated or whatever, but what's the masochistic? Whatever. Like, that sounds crazy to me.
Oh,
like,
jeez. All right, easy now.
First caller to come down and show them.
Yeah, it means you like pain,
Well,
Vinny.
yeah, pretty much.
Not during my most intimate of moments.
Okay.
You've never had a dog collar on at any point in your life?
No dog collar for me.
All right.
Well, there was that one time.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to be mentally healthy, this is what you got to do in this world these days: the jumble or S&M.
And only 2% of the people are healthy mentally.
Apparently so. If 98% of people are unhealthy, doesn't that in itself make them healthy? If that's the norm,
Yeah.
That's true.
can I argue that?
You probably could.
Okay.
And the other 2% are geniuses.
The other 2% are weirdos. Even though they're healthy, they're they're so different that they got to be weird. All right. There you go. I feel better now. Mhm. I don't have to start getting into sadomasochism now.
All right.
Although I could I don't know.
Well, again, you could be the sadist. And
I wonder if you get into it because normal sex isn't cutting it anymore, or if you're just born that way.
You need to get that extra rush.
What else can I do?
well, Lou, whip a few
I'll tell you, the first
people.
person to whip my ass, I'll punch him on the face.
Right.
Okay?
You know, Lou has KO'd a vagina or two in his day.
Yeah. Bet he has.
Right or wrong, Terry?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
You picture Lou Pinnell with the dog collar?
Oh right, big diaper on or something.
He's been called Spike once or twice in his life.
I haven't seen the private area of a woman in years.
Oh, jeez.
I'm on the road a lot. Boy, I'm so feisty all the time.
You probably see it every night then.
Dr. Juliet Richards says that men who are into sadomasochistic behaviors have more harmony with themselves because they're into something unusual and are comfortable with the fact that they're into something unusual. Interesting take on it. Did you read that, Terry? That I just missed?
Yeah, I did.
Uh-huh.
But
I
you
thought
know,
I heard it somewhere.
oftentimes, I read things and
Are you buying into that jive or what?
I
Are you
can,
buying into that jive, Terry, or
I
what?
can kind of see where I from what I understand about
Yes.
S&M is
Oh, well.
it is
Here we
because
go.
it's so
Here we
underground.
go.
Yeah.
It is a way for those people who are involved in it who are really tight
Knit. people?
Yeah, who are like really tense
and
and wound up. To allow them to let it go and play a different part as far as control.
So it's a tension relief situation,
right? Which psychologically would make you more,
stable and
sane, I guess.
Any release is a good release, is what you're saying.
Right.
Anyway, to release any internal emotion that may be bottled up inside is a positive thing, is Terry's take on this. I've just figured you out.
It's so much tension that you need to be beat up, though. That's
but they say,
I feel so calmed now.
No, they say that that people, that especially men who are like in very control type management, high management positions, because they have so much stress on, being in control all the time, that this, when they switch it, and they're on the receiving end of not being in control.
Well, in my hometown, I don't know if I ever told you the story, there was like this highly successful district attorney who would like win every case, and he was writing books, and everyone revered the man, and he can write his own ticket for the rest of his life and work anywhere. Then all of a sudden it came out, all these pictures, all these little videos that he had like masks on and was into sadomasochistic kind of sexual behaviors, and he was cheating on his wife with weirdo-looking women who would whip his ass and all that stuff.
Right, but it allowed him to be...
That's cool.
And he was no longer the golden boy. He had to step down from his job as district attorney, even though he had this flawless record of putting real hard to try cases behind bars. And it was a pretty big story. Yeah. His name, Stephen, was Kenneth Gribbets. Maybe you should look it up.
Kenneth Griffith?
Gribbets. Oh, yeah. With a name like Gribbets. How can you not?
You should have known already.
He had the perfect name for sadomasochism. I don't know how you spell it. I just remember the story coming out years ago.
Was he fired because the pictures were made public or because it's weird behavior on people?
Probably both.
I mean, it's kind of judgmental for people to think it's weird, even though I do think it's weird. But if it's two consensual people, who cares?
He had a wife
he's
and
married.
kids.
That hurts. That stings a little bit.
But it is interesting that here he has this secret life, and maybe you could say that him being into S&M helped him be successful.
The prosecutor that he was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
He would have been lost in the courtroom if he didn't go home late at night and sneak away from his wife and go to the dungeons where Carla, the dominatrix, was waiting for him.
Oh, you've been a bad boy, Mr.
Stand on my balls, please.
Yeah.
Really not into that.
I don't feel enough pain in my right testicle. Please do more.
Do some jumping jacks or something. Really get it going.
He was married, a father, and a grandfather.
Wow.
Whoa.
So you did find information on him. See, I'm not making up these stories, Terry.
I believe you.
Uh-huh. What does it say? Fill me in.
Grandfather. Hey, Gramps, what are you doing?
Oh, you don't want to know. They're cute.
He was done in by his former mistress.
Someday. He was turned in by his former mistress. She ratted him out.
She went to the media.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
Evidence police collected from Gribbets' ex-lover's home included whips, a dog collar, sex toys.
That's really got to piss you off when your dominatrix turns you in like that.
Pictures of him modeling women's clothing.
Oh, wow.
Boy.
Now, Hotshot, that's up your alley, right?
And
they always fit.
And I'm telling you, this is a guy that everyone just was in absolute awe of.
Right.
He looked like the all-American family guy who was on top of the world, winning all these cases that they say he couldn't win. And then all of a sudden this big scandal broke of how he's in women's clothing and being whipped and tied up. And the rest, guy never heard from again, pretty much. Stephen is ready to buy the book.
Yeah, he's emailing him right now.
The T-Man Show.
Happy birthday, Jennifer Garner. The Hollywood mom turns 35 today and graces the cover of InStyle magazine on sale Friday.
That's exciting.
Inside, Jen describes hubby Ben Affleck saying, quote, he's a teddy bear of a guy.
Sure.
And gushes about their daughter Violet, now 1 year old, walking and talking.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
Already a year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like yesterday that you were just putting the infant picture in your wallet.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, well, baby's a year old now.
Jeez.
Ben and Jen, but not the Jen that we all hoped and dreamed Ben would wind up with.
All right.
It didn't work out, Terry. After she gushed over him on whatever nighttime TV show that was, Dateline, whatever the hell it was.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Rambling on like she was a mental patient. They broke up soon after.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ben's mommy told him she didn't improve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like it.
And all boys listen to their mommies, Terry.
That's okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah?
When my mom says pay my cable bill, I do it.
Hot Shots mommy came to him, whispered in his ear that she didn't approve of the woman that he's with, even though they've been married now over a year. He'd break up.
I go, huh?
Because you assume Mama knows best.
That's right.
I guess so, huh?
Don't defy Mama.
I've seen Psycho. Wouldn't do it.
Can't do it. No. What else is going on, Terry? What else is happening? I got some calls lined up with some serious issues. I can tell already this is going to be a Relationship Wednesday, Terry. This is going to be a hump day. Get yourself out of relationship trouble kind of morning, Terry.
All right.
And the good Dr. T is going to solve many a problem this morning. I can already feel that happening, Terry.
Oh, good.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it when it's that.
There's some hump day madness going on out there.
Yes.
I can feel through the phone lines. I haven't even taken a call yet this morning that there are people with relationship issues and the good doctor is going to solve. But what do you have to start out the morning? Vinnie, you're going to broadcast outside of the bomb? Is that a done deal?
I hope so.
Okay.
Is he?
That'd be great.
Yes.
Cool.
He wants to have it confirmed. Vinnie the Pooh, ladies and gentlemen, for those who have tickets to the Bomb 2007, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow, Vinnie the Pooh will be broadcasting live, whether anyone knows it or not, outside of the HB Pavilion before the show.
Check me out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool.
Vinnie the Pooh told me very seriously that he wants to be there, so we've made it happen for him, Terry.
Yay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Now I just wanted you to commit that you will broadcast live.
Of course.
You and St. John arm in arm and making it happen, or whatever has to transpire. But you'll be there. You'll be outside the HB. If you're going to be there, if you want me to make that happen for you, got to get there early. Is my point.
How early?
Early. I mean, you got to be there when the first person starts rolling in, which could be
like noon,
many hours, maybe around noon. Yeah,
I can be there noon,
which is a good 8 some odd hours before the show gets really underway.
Right, but still,
that's what he's got to commit to.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I want out of him, Terry. I want the enthusiasm.
Woo!
I was thinking about flying in at 2:30, but I'll change my flight and I'll fly in at.
All right. Well, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That'll be exciting.
Yeah, he's got to fly in, Terry. He's going to chop her in.
Right.
Make a big entrance.
It's on your dime, though.
That's right. What's going on, Terry?
There's a rumor circulating. Actually, there's a picture circulating of David Beckham, frontal nudity, and it shows him.
Oh, please tell me you're not lying.
It's a big deal these days. It shows him, frontal nudity, and it looks as though he is.
It's very exciting news.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Circumcised, but.
Does he bend it like Beckham?
I don't know. Would you like to see the picture?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, for the ladies out there.
Does it sound really non-heterosexual if I say, yeah?
I know.
Full frontal nudity. It's circulating through the internet. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And the only reason I bring this
up. You know what
up,
full frontal nudity means as it pertains to a guy, Terry?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Whoa, Terry.
Right? This second.
You can see the man's schlong. Is that what you're telling us?
I can. And the picture.
And it's not some Photoshop dilly or what?
There's speculation.
Not like gay phone operators dilly on top of David Beckham's body or what?
I don't think so. I mean, you could, of course, say it could be Photoshopped,
right.
But I don't know.
I mean, it sounds kind of gullible for you to just be throwing out there that there's a full frontal nudity picture of David Beckham circulating the internet without really even verifying its authenticity.
True. But anyway.
I mean, there can be a full frontal nudity shot of anyone if you really are inspired to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like in the next 10 minutes, we can have a full frontal nudity of Kilbreath on the internet if we really wanted to.
Let's try it. See what happens.
No one really wants to take the reins on that, Terry. But,
right.
And then try to verify it.
But it's doable.
Right, and I understand that. But the only reason I bring this up is because this picture of David Beckham, the supposed picture of David Beckham,
right.
in full frontal nudity,
shows
him to be an uncircumcised gentleman.
Uh-huh.
Whoa!
And the only reason I bring that up is because we've talked about that before.
Talked about what?
Being
uncircumcised?
Yeah, we've talked about the pros and cons of circumcision, things like that. Yeah.
And what were the
Because I
pros?
remember when
What were the
Hot
cons?
Shot's sister was going through that with her son. We talked about that. And,
Yes.
And medical, doctors and stuff like that say that being uncircumcised is better because for sensitivity reasons.
Right.
Yada, yada, yada.
But that has been disproven from what I've seen
Yeah,
recently.
I just saw that recently, yes.
All
That
right.
it's not that...
Just
but
wait
anyway.
till next week when it'll be proven again.
Your circumcision news station.
Ricky in San Francisco. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, what's going on, T? Man, I need some help with this problem that I got.
I heard that you might. Yes. What can I do for you, sir? What's the problem? What's the issue? Tell me about it.
Okay, look, 9 years ago, my cousin that I grew up with, who's kind of like a sister to me, married this guy from San Jose, okay? They threw this big old Mexican wedding, I came out. You know what I mean? One of those weddings where they got the mariachis, all the family comes from Mexico. And
Yes, okay. That sounds like a good afternoon/evening to me.
Absolutely. So check this out. So I get chosen to come out in the wedding, right? And my partner was going to be that guy's younger sister. Now, at the time, I was only like about 17 or 18
Wait.
years old.
What do you mean your partner? You mean the person you're supposed to be, squared off with as a groomsman and a bridesmaid? Is that what you mean by your partner?
Exactly.
Aha.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
And that was supposed to be the bride's sister.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay.
So is the groom's cousin and the bride's sister kind of skipping down the aisle together?
No.
Oh.
No. It's the other way around. I'm the groom's.
I mean,
cousin.
that's what I meant. The groom's cousin. What did I say? The groom's cousin and the bride's sister.
I'm sorry, man. I'm the bride's cousin. I'm the bride's cousin coming out with the groom's sister.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, all right. So check this out. So
That's right. The bride is his cousin. I see.
And you had it the other way around.
Got
Groom's
it.
cousin, sister.
Got it. It only took us about 10 minutes to straighten this out, but we got it. All right, so what's the problem?
Okay, so look, at the time, I'm 18, she's like 4 years younger than me.
Something very incestuous is about to happen here, Terry. Yes, go ahead, yes.
Okay, so I'm not really trying to get into it with her, right?
She was 14 at the time.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. She was a minor, okay?
So you
look,
waited patiently.
Yeah, that's a pretty serious minor.
Yeah, he wants to make it very clear to the court system that's listening right now that he waited like a patient man for her to turn 18. So despite all the allegations that they were having sex long before she was an adult, Terry, that is not true. He waited around watching the clock.
Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok.
Okay. Now, 9 years later.
9 years later.
Wow.
Right, she's an old lady now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in my late 20s already.
I can do the math, and she's 23.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. She's 23, right?
Got it.
I finally see her.
Yeah.
She's this beautiful, this smart, she's a surgical
She's a
tech.
very nice, hot-ass, smart mamacita senorita now, Terry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, she totally, just flipped herself around, She's got a job.
Wow.
She's
At 14, she was a loser, you jobless loser.
I mean, jeez, come
Living
on.
at home, what are you doing?
Ugly duckling at that phase.
At 14, you weren't impressed.
94.9. Put on 94.9.
Oh, jeez. You weren't
Hey, listen to me. Listen.
You weren't impressed. I'm doing great on the radio right now. You weren't impressed at all by this 14-year-old back 9 years ago. Is that right?
Exactly.
And now it couldn't be more different that you've run into her again.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay,
so why is that a
now-
problem? Okay.
Okay, finally, we kind of
94.9, yeah.
we kind of start, we start eyeballing each other,
Yeah, I love the eyeballs.
And then,
eyeball?
I asked her for her phone number, and she gave me her phone number, and I've been calling her a couple times.
Love when it works out like that.
A couple months ago, I just called her a couple times just to kind of test the water to see where she was at. You know what I mean?
Toe in.
Come to find out, she has feelings for me, and I got feelings for her, right? So we started So we took it to the next level. We started going out and trying to see each other a lot, and and trying to calling each other all the time.
Right.
Saying cute things to one another.
Oh, I love cute things.
Like what kind of cute things?
I'm a big fan of cute
Are
things,
you?
Terry. Oh, you don't even know
You
it.
know the little cute things that come with the beginning of a relationship.
Not the middle, not the end.
No,
That's
just
for
at
sure.
the beginning.
Just the beginning.
And how long do the cute things last?
Not long.
Oh, really? Like the first 30 days?
Terry wants an example of something cute that you said to her or she said to him? Which would you rather have?
Well, you know,
either one.
Okay, like I tell her cute things all the time. Like I said, I tell her that she's matured into a beautiful woman. That she's really focused in life. And those are things that I'm looking for. Those are qualities that I want to get from a woman. And I just tell her.
And she looks back at you and says, "That's cute of you to say."
Yeah, here's my turn now. Prepare yourself for something
I
cute,
can top your cuteness with this.
Say things like that. You know what I mean?
That is, you don't hear that in the middle or end of a relationship, Terry.
Definitely not.
At the end of a relationship, you've matured into a beautiful woman.
Unless what were you doing in the garage again is cute.
At the end of the relationship, you hear things like, "You become a hag."
Wow.
But no, see, definitely. Oh, now he's turning up 94.9. 94.9.
Yeah, wait till you hear this line.
I really delivered that one well. All right, so it sounds like so far everything couldn't be better. So where's the problem?
Okay, this is where the problem come in, okay? Now, in the past, I've had some problems, like, with legal matters, okay? I went to jail a few times, and I wasn't the best role model in the family,
I see, but I'm sure you told your cellmate some cute things, so everything worked out, and you did your time, and now you're out, and what's the problem?
I did my time, okay? I went to Delancey Street. I'm a Delancey Street graduate, okay? I walked in on my own, and I got my life together. I spent 3 years there. I left Delancey Street. I've been going to school full-time.
Hey, this is going to sound great on the radio. 94.9, 94.9.
Yeah.
So you got yourself cleaned up, and now what's the problem? I'm still waiting for a problem here.
She's got these jealous brothers.
Nosy body, jealous brothers who don't approve of our friend Ricky, Terry.
But they're just being protective.
Yeah, what are they jealous of? They don't want to date her. That's not really the right word, right?
They're protective of her.
Protective brothers, more than jealous, unless they're all deciding to have some big brother-on-sister orgy. Is that more accurate to say they're kind of protective brothers as opposed to jealous brothers?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
very overprotective.
They're chirping in her ear on how she needs to get away from you because you're a loser, blah, 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 and Ricky lose that number and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the exact words, okay?
Yes.
But they're like taking this to the extreme, you know what I mean? They're bad rapping me to her parents, they're text messaging me all this stuff that I better leave her alone or there's going to be serious problems.
So there's nothing you can do to prove yourself to the brothers, or you don't even want to bother trying. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, you're right. Quite honestly, I really don't care, but they're like family to us, you know what I mean? Because we're like, we're kind of in a way, we're like related. Our families are hooked up with their
so they're starting to wear her down with all that they're telling her, and she's starting to buy into their constant lines in her ear of you need to move on from this guy, and she's starting to drift away from you. Is that what you're feeling, or what?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm feeling. Okay, and anytime I try to come in contact with like one of her older brothers, he totally flips out. You know what I mean? I mean, he's mentioned that he wants to he wants to get at me in a real aggressive manner. You know what I mean? And
so he wants to fight you in order to protect his sister. It goes to that extent.
I think it would go to that extent with this guy.
Well, they're doing what they believe is best for their sister. That's their perspective. I don't think they have any other motive. I don't think they have anything against you other than the fact that they think you're a loser. So,
because they're going on his past history and they're not looking at the 3 years that he has spent trying to turn his.
The question is, how much should someone's past history be held against them, Terry? How drastically can you change? Ricky wants to make it seem all simple that he cleaned himself up and he's a completely different person now. Is that real? He's going extra mile to promote completely different person, Terry.
So there's never.
How old was he when he went to prison?
He went a few times, he said.
Yes.
When was the last time you were in prison there, Ricky?
6 years ago.
And what was it for?
It was for possession of a firearm. I had a firearm without a permit.
Aha, Terry.
Gun-toting fella. Illegally.
Gotta protect yourself.
Yeah.
Are you carrying now at this point in your life, Ricky? Be honest.
Right now in my life, okay, I'm a full-time college student. I take 18 units a semester. I'm like a couple credits short of getting an associate's degree. I'm transferring to Cal State at the end of this year.
Wasn't exactly the question, but it gives us more information about Ricky in an effort to constantly be on the path to changing his ways, Terry.
Right.
Education he has perhaps picked up on is a serious factor in getting yourself perhaps on a better straight.
Right.
And Ricky is doing that right now. Even though he's late in his 20s, he doesn't feel like it's ever too late, and he's right.
Right.
All right, so that has to be noted in the record, Terry. However, he dodged the question.
Oh, big time.
As to whether he possesses any kind of weapon or firearm at this point in time in his life.
Exactly. Hey, check this out.
Ricky.
I dodged it like crazy, huh?
Go ahead, Ricky, yes.
And check this out, look. Her brothers have done this with her entire life.
Yes.
You know, and because of this...
Her family has a big influence, and they stick their nose in, but is that the family's right, Terry?
Yes,
You're nodding your head absolutely.
Of course it is.
And because of her brothers being so, like, jealous and overprotective, okay, you know, she hasn't been able to have, like, a solid relationship with anybody. You know, and at 24 years old, you know, she needs to be experiencing, like, things, you know, relationship issues, and she needs to be learning these things, you know, so it'll help her out in the long run, you know
Ricky,
what I mean?
I truly believe if your love is strong enough, if it's true enough, if it's profound enough with this girl, that anything her brothers have as far as influence over her is going to peter out over time, and their love will conquer all.
But the other thing, too, don't you think that how is she handling her brothers? I mean, does she ever say,
She allows herself to be influenced by her brothers, but I said over the long haul, one of two things clearly is going to win out here. Either she's going to come to the conclusion that her brothers are correct in their influence over her, or she's going to realize that her brothers are not right, and she's going to go out and go against her brother's advice, and she's going to go and start seriously and go full board with Ricky and either realize she was right or wrong. And if it's true love, Terry, as Ricky seems to think it is right now, that is going to be the determining factor.
Right.
T-Man.
Yes, Ricky.
T-Man, you got to do me a favor, man. You got to call this guy up, and you got to ask him why, because he doesn't give specific reasons.
Well, you
why.
said brothers. Now why am I calling just one guy? Is there?
Because it's the older brother that's giving me the most problem.
But if we attack the older brother, as it sounds like you're ready to do verbally in an aggressive way on the air, it may only hurt your case, don't you think? I mean, I'll be happy to do that. I'll be happy to call the brother and hopefully try to reason with him to some extent. But I might get fired up here. I know Ricky's going to get fired up.
Well, my question
I would be pissed too if I was Ricky, but I understand it from the brother's point of view as well.
But the thing is that Ricky, you have to realize that you are going to spend the rest of your life trying, if you stay with her, proving to her and her family, they have certain expectations now. If you're going to sit here and fight and say, yeah, I've changed, you better make sure that you are going to stay on the straight and narrow.
Terry, what does your gut tell you? Is Ricky going to stay in this new mode of being a good guy who wants to do well, who means well? Is he going to be that guy for the long term, or is he going to slip up and slip back into the old phases that Ricky was back in his teens and his early 20s, Terry? What's going to win out in that little battle? Is Ricky's past going to catch up with him and he's going to slip back to the way he was? Or is Ricky is a man truly able to completely turn the page and never look back and completely reinvent himself, Terry? Is that realistic to think?
Wow.
What does your gut tell you, Ricky?
Scrambled, not fried.
Yeah, wow. I think with Ricky has every intention. I think the intentions are there.
That doesn't tell me anything, Terry. If anything, that leads me to believe that you think Ricky means well, but he can't pull it off.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be,
Can't pull it off!
I disagree. I disagree, too. He seems like...
Ricky's parole officer is calling in right now.
I'm hearing you.
I think from early 20s to late 20s, you can be a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on parole, man.
All right, well, I'm just joking around.
Geez.
Easy.
Sensitive. See, he's a little sensitive.
Wasn't the biggest stretch in the world, Ricky. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Right.
What's that now, Ricky?
I said, you guys got to get this message across to this guy that I don't want any problems with him, and I don't want any
All right,
issues.
let's call Ricky's girlfriend. Could we call her a girlfriend? Her brother.
Yeah, go ahead. You can call her a girlfriend.
Whoa.
All right. I called her a girlfriend. I want to know if you could call. Do you call her a girlfriend? You call
I do call her a girlfriend.
All right, then we both can call her the girlfriend. Anyway.
Well, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Ricky, what exactly, once you're done with your call, I mean, what are your intentions here? Now I sound like her family, I'm sure. What are your intentions with her? I mean, sure, she's a great girlfriend
what do you hope
at 24,
to do with this
but
degree?
is this...
With this degree that you're pursuing, what do you hope to parlay that into there, Ricky?
Okay, this is what my plans are, okay?
Ricky's got a long-term plan.
Whoa, more than most of us.
My plans is to like seriously get involved with this girl. Okay, she's smart. She's focused in life. I'm smart. I'm very focused in life. Okay, and we could do something. I mean, we could like.
So Ricky's plan is to do something, Terry.
Yeah, but not sure what.
I thought he was going to have more of a specific plan.
Yeah.
But it sounds like his plan is to do something.
Well, he's going to the 4-year school next year. He's got that planned
Hey,
out.
But what?
I'm not knocking Ricky. Ricky wants to do well. He means well. Terry, this is a nice, positive, major steps in the right direction for anybody if they were acting in the fashion that Ricky's acting. And Ricky just doesn't want his past to be held against him because he was, at the time, a little immature. Ricky's matured right before our very eyes, Terry.
We should all be held accountable for stuff we did in our teens and early 20s, you know.
Oh, that's Ricky's parole officer again. Oh, now he's going to scream at me. Oh, jeez. All right, hang on, Ricky.
Not parole.
Let's get the brother's number.
Okay.
Sounds pretty fired up about life, though.
Yeah, Ricky's...
Could be worse guys with your sister. You know?
Ricky's got a lot of enthusiasm.
Yes.
And it's a nice positive enthusiasm, Terry.
Right.
He's got a lot of positive energy.
Right.
As opposed to a lot of people walking around who do right every day of their life but have all this negative energy.
Yeah.
Ricky's had some bad days. He's had some days where he's done wrong, but he's got some positive energy now. Ooh. How come the brothers aren't picking up on that, Terry?
Maybe they're not doing anything with their lives. A little jealous.
There's where the jealousy comes in.
Maybe it is more of jealousy and incestuous feelings than we first thought.
Right.
It's not unreasonable for her to want to go out with an ex-con either.
All right, let's call. I don't have much time here. Let me call real quick. Ricky, hang on, all right?
Okay.
Did he go to prison or jail?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. Possession of a firearm, it's not really an ex-con
Yeah, but
to me.
what else did he
technically is, I guess.
go for initially?
I mean, he's not on parole.
Hey, this is Paul. Leave me a message.
Doesn't sound like he's picking up. Sounds like his phone's not even on there, Ricky.
Okay, look.
He sounds like
Hey,
a nice guy.
You can call his house.
You want us
He's
to call
got
his
all
house?
kinds of numbers now.
Guy could be sleeping. The guy could be just in from a hard night's work, you know?
No, he's not sleeping. He's not sleeping.
You seem to know the brothers' whereabouts pretty damn well here, Ricky. I mean, should we read anything into that? Or you seem to know the brothers' schedule to a large extent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I do. Because I was really close with them for, like up until like I started dating his sister. I was like really close with them. I went over their house.
So there's part of the problem.
Yeah.
He resents the fact that the brother now has turned on him. Now all of a sudden he's not good enough. He was good enough to be a friend, but he's not good enough to go out with his sister.
But also, too, being so close, the brothers have also witnessed him truly doing maybe some things that they wouldn't want his sister to be involved with. I mean, they know him really well.
Paul knows Ricky inside and out, and he didn't want his sister to have any part of him.
So I mean, granted, he's doing some changing, but you can't say that there are still times that he may be doing things that with the brother that
Well, any guy
you don't want to see your sister.
Any guy who knows another guy really well is never going to let him date a sister.
Right, because they know him too well.
Ricky shouldn't take it personally. I mean, any guy who knows just guys in general would never let him date anyone close to them.
Right.
That's why I don't ever want to have a daughter, Terry, even though I want to have a daughter. I just wouldn't. No guy will ever be good enough for my daughter. Yeah. I know guys.
Right.
Guys are scary.
Yeah, true.
You gonna be able to let if I ever have a daughter, let him date any guy?
I know.
You nuts?
Let's begin from day one.
Yeah, girls it is.
Bring home some hot ones.
All right.
All right, let's see where we're at here with this.
You're gonna be able to let me.
All right, hang on, Ricky. Keep the radio down, man.
Okay, thanks.
All right,
you're still on.
I'm calling Paul. See if he answers at home.
All right.
I guarantee I'm gonna get a hello. Hey, I'm looking for Paul. Is Paul there?
Not right now.
Is the girlfriend, Ricky?
That's the wife.
Oh.
That's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Not your wife. All right. How do we get a hold of... she hung up on us. Did she hang up on us? Who's this? I'm looking for Paul. Is Paul there? Oh, she hung up on us. Why would you hang up on us?
Should make for an awkward Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she's...
you don't seem to have the real strong ins with Paul here, Ricky.
No.
Or any of the family.
All right? It almost sounded like she knew the call was coming, like she may be listening or something, because she hung up pretty quick.
She didn't sound
She
real
didn't sound
happy.
like she had a lot. She wanted to have a lot to do with us. Or maybe, who knows, maybe she sniffed you out in the background there, Ricky.
It could well as be, you know. It could. She might be listening to the radio right now. I don't know.
I got that sense.
And now she's going
got herself off the line pretty quick.
Yeah.
And she said he's not around, so I don't know what we got to do to find this guy. Oh, that's real fun. Anyway, Ricky, I'd love to help you. As I said, over time, I think either the true love will win out, or you may even just find yourself becoming less interested over time as well in this girl. Right now, it's a big challenge.
Right.
And
you know, so look, this is what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna show myself, and I'm gonna show the better side of me to her brothers.
You do that, Ricky.
And to her family, you know, and
yes.
I'm gonna handle my business and do what I gotta do.
Yeah, don't prove them right.
Yeah.
Maybe an overhead projector PowerPoint plan.
There you go.
Maybe that's something you want to work through and present it to the entire family at a sit-down.
Yeah, for the next 5 to 7 years.
All right?
Does anything make you more tired than seeing an overhead come out in the classroom?
Oh, I know.
Ricky, to us, it sounds like you have a lot of positive energy, as I pointed out. That can't be a bad thing, and regardless of how this particular situation works out, we got a lot of good feelings about the future for Ricky.
Absolutely.
All right, sir?
Hey, T-Man.
Yes, sir.
Let me say one thing to to that girl, okay?
To that girl.
It's Jen. Her name is Jen, okay?
Jen,
all right? And I just want you to know that, you know, let's stick to our plan and let's stick to what we talked about, and let's build something really beautiful, you know, and in the long run, you know, we're the benefit, and we can show everybody that this isn't just some small little, you know, relationship deal that's just going to last a couple months, okay?
That's so cute.
special.
The plan is to rob the bank tonight, bring the mask.
Wow. That was romantic.
Yes.
Why do I get the feeling, though, if the family ever says, Ricky, we talked it over, you're not going to believe this, but we decided to give you the benefit of the doubt. Our daughter, our sister, the whole family tells them this, is yours.
Yeah.
We believe in you, son, and all of a sudden Ricky just loses complete interest. That's possible, Terry.
Anything's possible.
Ricky is so into proving himself to this family. It's such a challenge to him now.
He's almost obsessed with it.
He's become obsessed with trying to get the approval of this family that if he actually ever does, he may lose interest in the whole idea.
No, that's not going to happen.
All right. Ricky, you check back in with us and keep us posted, all right, sir?
I sure will, T-Man. Thanks a lot, my man.
There he is. He's Ricky from San Francisco, Terry.
Woo!
Got plans.
All right, Ricky. Stick to those plans.
The T-Man Show.
Pertaining to the last caller, Ricky, it seems to be the listener consensus, even though we never were able to get a hold of the brother, that just about every listener out there, even though they didn't hear word one from the brother, is siding with this unidentified, unknown brother just because of the details Ricky told us. No dude out there would let Ricky, because of his past, date their sister.
Right.
So Ricky's got the deck stacked against him. He should stop trying to figure out ways to win over the brother and not even worry about that. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
He's just got to hope that, as I said, if he truly is so obsessed with the thought of being with this woman, his girlfriend, that over time the love will win out and conquer all.
Oh, what a great story.
But probably not. Anyway.
Love.
Yes. Love don't conquer, Dick. Anyway, and the reality is, I mean, I have a sister, Terry, and I don't want any guy I know. So I don't care what kind of background he has. Great background, bad background, jail background, impeccable, flawless background. I don't want him dating my sister.
Right.
Well, we had a date this weekend planned, so sorry about that.
I don't care who my sister dates as long as I don't know him and I don't have to think about anything about him. All right? Because I just know from back in the day that when my friends used to talk about how big my sister's boobs were,
Right.
It bothered me.
Made you uncomfortable.
All right? I don't know about uncomfortable. It just bothered me. Pissed me off.
Oh.
So I don't want any guy I know, especially a friend of mine, Terry, dating my sister.
Right.
Are they still big or no? Just curious.
She got a reduction because she was claiming it was hurting her back and stuff.
Tough it out.
Yeah. For any other girl, tough it out. For
Rub
my
some dirt
sister,
on
go
it.
for it.
Yeah, right. Good move, sis.
Yeah. Because she had these real, as my friends used to point out, big kahungas. Those are the words that they use more times than not that they knew would get under my skin. My sister had some real big kahungas, Terry.
Right.
And for some reason, they knew that word was a hot button. Kahungas, Terry?
Oh.
Nice kahungas on you, sissy.
But then one day we walked in and showed them.
Yeah.
Where are the kahungas now? She's kahunga free.
Oh, yeah.
In 93.
Terry's cousin.
You do have a cousin named Kahunga Free, don't you, Terry?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are related.
So the point is very clear.
Jeez.
Especially if they have a past, you'd be more apt to have a problem with any guy dating your sister.
Right.
Well, that you know.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
That you know. My sister has a husband now, and I didn't know him when they first met. I kind of know him now, and everything's fine.
Kind of know now.
Yeah, but what's worse, dating a guy that you know who's really a good dude or some complete pile that you don't know?
Some complete pile you don't know.
Really? Even though he's a bad guy?
Absolutely.
Well, is it
I
because
don't want you know your friends inside and out, and no matter how good they are,
there's some dirty side to them?
There's just some seediness to them, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to think about that seediness that you know particulars about messing around with your sister.
Right.
You know about the time you guys were in the hot tub together and all that.
Whoa!
Huh?
What?
Jeremy in Puyallup has a comment on this. Yes, Jeremy.
Hey, T-Man, what's going on?
How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, but look, in lieu of this Virginia Tech thing, this guy's talking about carrying around a gun without a permit. I'm not going to let that guy date my sister.
Wow, he's tying in Virginia Tech to this whole thing, Terry. He's saying Ricky picked the wrong week to try to sell himself to Jeremy in Puyallup.
And also, look, I had a best friend, still have a best friend, and he started dating my sister, and I disagree with you and maybe agree with Hotshot that I know he's a good guy, better than most of the guys out there, so I like the fact he's with
I'll
my
take
sister.
my chances with a stranger and my sister's ability to pick out the right stranger as opposed to my sister dating a friend of mine that I know is a good guy. Definitely. I have no even moment that I need to think about this. I don't want my sister dating anyone I know as a friend.
Right.
You kidding? It's gross.
Calling that, yeah, you see what your sister did to me last night.
Oh, yeah, that would be hard.
That's what you need in your life, huh?
They could not talk about it, maybe.
Sure they wouldn't.
Yeah,
You guys are weird.
No, we don't talk about it. Look, they actually got married just a couple weeks ago.
All right, I'll tell you what.
And,
Let's call Ricky back. I have his number right here that Pasty jotted down on caller ID, and you can tell him, Jeremy, that he is not a suitable guy for any sister that you may ever have in your life. All right? Okay, here we go. Let's see if Ricky answers his phone now. 94.9.
Calling Ricky.
I'm happened to ring once. Ricardo! Ricky!
Hello?
Ricky!
Hey, what's going on?
What was with the 20 seconds of dead air there? What are you doing?
I'm actually unloading the truck right now, but
I got Jeremy and Puyallup on the line with some very strong sentiments for you. I thought maybe you should hear it firsthand, Ricky.
I know, I've been hearing.
Well, Jeremy, would you like to tell Ricky, person to person, exactly the way you feel about him? Because Ricky wants to make it clear that that guy who was Ricky in the past ain't Ricky of the present. And,
Well, hey, look, people don't change all that much.
Wow.
Ricky, you got to look at it from the brother's point of view. You got charges of carrying a gun without a permit. Wouldn't you whip this dude's ass too? Okay, look, let me tell you something. Look, you're right. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt now, all right? It is very hard to change your life around, okay, and change, from being like a person that you used to be. However, there is one exception that I know is absolutely true and absolutely works, okay? I went to this like, it's like a life learning academy, okay?
All right, hang on, Ricky. Before you get too deep with that thought, let me ask you a question real quick, Jeremy. Do you have a sister?
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay, good.
his sister just married the best friend.
Good. Jeremy, if Ricky makes some really good points, let's agree that you have to give him your sister sexually for at least one night.
Whoa!
Not even.
Oh, all right. Keep going then,
his
Ricky.
sister's married.
Thought
Doesn't matter.
Work a quick deal. It doesn't matter to me, Terry.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it matters to Ricky
Small
either. Work a quick deal for Ricky here, because I think he's about to make a really good point. It sounds like he's on a roll here, Terry.
Right,
so I was thinking this point shouldn't go rewarded. Yes. If Ricky makes the good point that I'm feeling he's about to make,
All right.
and Jeremy agrees with it, then Jeremy has to give him his sister.
Okay.
It's Jeremy's sister's MySpace.
Oh, jeez. All right, Ricky, sorry to break your flow. I was trying to get you something there lined up, but go ahead.
Okay, now look, I've learned from the best people in the business how to change their life around. Okay, I went to this place called Delancey Street.
Mm-hmm.
That's acclaimed. It's like acclaimed throughout the whole world as the best organization, that helps ex-felons and people that have had troubles in the past. Okay.
Are you hearing this, Jeremy? Ricky said he went to the best and he's been cleansed from head to toe.
I hear it, and I don't care.
And you don't care. Jeremy hears it and he doesn't care, he says.
The Delancey Street Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I was schooled.
That's where Mayor Getzum is right now, Terry.
Okay? And look, and I've been in trouble, okay? I haven't been in trouble. I've been totally straight. Okay, I'm like almost a straight-A student in school. I mean, I totally switched everything around, man. I'm so conscious about my actions now. I'm so conscious about the people.
Hello? Yeah, but Ricky, check it out. You're going to be the last person that sees the fault in you. You're going to be the last person that realizes maybe you're not right for this girl. And the first person is going to be her family. They're going to know. They see things in you that you don't see yet. You think you're all better. You think you got it together. You're not.
Well, how can you say that with such certainty? It sounds all well and good. Oh, how poetic. You're going to be the last person to see the faults in you. How do you know that Ricky isn't able to spot his own faults if they were to emerge at this point again in his life? How can you be so sure on that, Jeremy? What makes you so philosophic here?
He's not even. He can't even realize that. Hey, Ricky, have you ever stopped and said, "What is it about me? What do these brothers see?"
He knows what it is. It's his past, and he would like them to understand that his past is a distant past. And
How
he took as drastic a steps to cleanse himself as humanly possible, and he would like them to see him for the new, improved, like Tide self, Terry. Mm-hmm. Is that too much for a world to ask?
Well,
to ask of the world?
No.
I mean, at what point do you start trusting people or having faith in somebody?
According to Jeremy, never.
Yeah, that's
no,
nice.
absolutely.
No, you don't.
Right.
According to you, you've made it very clear that the answer is never. You will never trust Ricky on any kind of serious level.
Would you trust him with your sister?
I wouldn't trust anyone with my sister that I know. I just told you that. I don't care how great they are.
You
I've already
don't
put that
know
on the
Ricky,
record. It doesn't
You
matter
don't know
about
Ricky.
doesn't matter about Ricky. Doesn't matter about Hotshot. Doesn't matter about
Stephen Gilbert.
Damn it, about Gandhi. I ain't let him date my sister.
Right, but you don't know Ricky. So if this is an outside situation, what would you think?
I'm just.
But the other thing too, Jeremy, it goes the same for you. We could also make that judgment on you. We really don't know you either. You sound like a great guy.
Oh.
Maybe you don't have the past that Ricky has, but that doesn't mean that there's some hidden side of you.
Oh,
hidden part of
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
So,
There's a hidden side to everybody.
Right. But it
Ricky,
sounds.
Ricky, how long ago was that program? How long ago did you get out of that program?
Probably about.
Come on,
You
Ricky.
can't say that,
About a
Ricky.
year ago.
Ricky, all of a sudden he's swearing, Terry, not helping his case.
No,
Don't
it's
want
not.
some cursor dating my sister.
I had to jump that, Ricky.
Look, I was there for 3 years.
Maybe that word's very therapeutic to say every once in a while, but it ain't helping your case.
I was there for 3 years, man, and all I did was train all day, every day for being able to be responsible for my actions.
3 years in rehab, Terry.
Yeah, because I'm reading about the Delancey School.
It's like a life.
And the mission of the Delancey Street Foundation is to provide a structured educational and living environment.
I'm familiar with them, Terry.
Oh, I've
Sounds
never heard.
boring to me.
Mhm.
Structure.
How long have you been out of the program?
A year, he said.
A year. Correct. Okay. Well, have you ever thought about reasoning with the brothers? Have you ever thought about saying, "Hey, What will it take to gain your
Forget about them. They're as hard-headed as you. They're never going to see Ricky's way. So Ricky has to take his focus off of them and just hope that if he's truly as in love as it sounds like he is, that, as I said from the very start of the phone call, Terry, that will conquer all, and they'll live happily ever after as perhaps one day husband and wife. Is your intention maybe to live a lifetime and marry this woman, Ricky, or what?
Hey, C-Man, can I say one thing? Look, and it's not like I'm not bringing any...
He didn't answer that question.
No, he loves to dodge his question.
They taught him that
Right.
in the structured lessons of getting your life in order. Don't answer any questions that you're not prepared to have a positive response
Well,
to.
and that's kind of
Just
interesting.
say, look, listen, and say something else.
Right, and that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of interesting because that is a little telling. Because if you can't answer a direct question,
Ricky,
you have to.
the question was very simply: do you see yourself spending the rest of your life, as much as humanly possible? Can you envision that? And do you have intentions of marrying this girl? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Sounded like it absolutely, but I think he purposely cut his phone off there, Terry.
Yeah, they taught him that, too.
Little mute button. On
Absolute. All right.
Not.
Sounds good. All right, there it is.
Yeah,
Yes, Jeremy, a final thought. Go ahead.
the problem is, it's exactly like you said. If he gains their trust, if he ever does, it's going to be boring, and he's going to be out right away, because part of what he likes is the drama of the whole situation.
Mm-hmm. That is something I said, Terry.
It is.
There might be something to that.
I think there is a feeling of conquest here.
Right.
And the need to prove yourself, and I am a good guy now.
Right.
And I want you to see my point of view.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really bugging him. He went to all this work, and they don't trust him.
Mm-hmm.
Torturing him.
And as soon as they do, he's out.
Jeremy, thank you for the call.
Tell your sister to call me, Jeremy.
Yeah.
She's married.
Or it could drive him back to the other side, too, you know.
Aaron in Vallejo, go ahead.
Hey, T-Man, what's up, T-Man?
How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
What can I do for you?
Hey, I was calling to talk to that dude Ricky. Want to sister?
He hung up. I don't know what happened to Ricky. He's at work right now, so he's a little busy. What do you want to say?
I know where he's coming from, how he's like kind of scared for his sister or whatever, because, you know, people who've been sober for years.
He's too upset. Just tell him. He's so engulfed in having to win this situation. It's become like a win-loss thing in some respect. He should just move on. Screw the girl. Find someone else.
Wow.
But it's too bad to think we live in a world where people don't get second chances. You know?
Find someone else who doesn't even know about your past, and we'll just know the new you.
Yeah, we love hiding stuff from chicks.
Yeah, I mean, who really reveals every detail about their past?
Yeah.
My wife doesn't know half the stuff I did in my teens.
Oh boy.
She doesn't even know she doesn't even know 98% of the stuff I did in my teens.
Wow.
Well, how much time do I have to sit down and tell her all about that stuff, Terry?
And then one time,
Let's see.
one time so awesome.
And then on February 16th of 1994, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you don't just sit and tell everything.
You know, just lay in bed and talk about your past.
No, you
Ooh,
sleep.
honey. Oh.
Bed, break wind, get arrested for the next day.
But if you were in jail, you'd probably tell her.
If I was in jail, it might come up one of these days.
If it's relevant.
Mm-hmm. There's a relevant conversation going on about jail.
Yeah.
Aaron, anything else you want to add, sir?
Not about it.
All right, let's go to Sean in Pleasant Hill. Go ahead, Sean.
Hi, yes. This is Charles from Pleasant Hill. I want to say hi.
I'm looking for Sean in Pleasant Hill.
And everybody.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Man, I just wanted to tell Ricky, man, just go on. I agree with you. Move on. Find you another little piece of work and call it a day.
Find another Brazy! Come on! Stop working so hard, man. Maybe he's into hard work these days, and that's something he's comfortable with all the work he did at the Lancey Street, getting structure and all that crap. That he's into this hard work aspect of life, and he's working way too hard for this girl, man.
It's just a desire to be validated is all.
Yeah, the
Right,
approval.
and
Yep,
that's
all he
the thing.
needs.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that, you know, he's, I don't know.
He was accepted by everyone the day he left Delancey Street, and now he needs to be accepted by the rest of the world, and there's that conquest involved there, Terry.
Right.
Stephen in Seaside, go.
Yo, what's happening, everyone?
How are you?
I'm good. I just want to say, because I experienced this firsthand with my lady's brothers, I wanted to tell Rick, you know what I'm saying, don't even sweat him. Just do your thing. He shouldn't even be scared of him. If they make each other happy, that's their business. A man should never let another man.
But he
tell him what girl
feels
can do
her.
with.
The point was, he feels her drifting away. That over the long haul, the brothers are starting to win out. This girl's brothers are starting to, after months of chirping away in her ear of how she needs to get away from Ricky, blah, blah, blah. It's starting to take its toll, and he senses her drifting away from him, and it's bugging him.
Well, if the girl tells Ricky, I don't want to be with you, then fine. But if they,
That's
if
what
he
I
thinks
think.
she
If the
does-
brothers win out, that says something about what kind of love they may have really had.
True.
Tim in Bellevue. Tim in Bellevue.
Hello.
Yes, Tim.
Hey, how's it going, G-Man?
Pretty good, sir.
All right, I just wanted to I'm on Ricky's side. Doing a good job.
It's hard not to be on Ricky's side. I mean, we heard from Ricky. Ricky sounded all...
Let it happen.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
It's true, though.
All right. Tim, thank you for your thoughts.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
What were they?
I don't know.
Okay. But they were good, though.
Nobody
I'm
knows.
assuming they were pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still, again, it is. I mean, you know, you may have a couple of years where you turned yourself around. You
Right.
still have the rest of your life to continue on that path,
Right.
and that is a difficult thing to do.
Right.
You know, I mean,
More importantly, when am I going to make Kahunga free? Yes.
I don't know. Probably never.
Believe the nerve of the dudes that I hung around with in high school. Hey, your sister really has some big Kahungas, man. And they knew I was like 99 pounds at the time, and I really wasn't capable of getting in a fight every day and expecting to win.
Right.
All right? So they got on me for my sister's double, triple Ds, whatever she had.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah, 3D. That was big in the 80s, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never worked.
Need glasses to look at her.
Yeah, one's blue and one's red or whatever. This looks fake.
No, you didn't need the 7-Eleven. You didn't need the 7-Eleven glasses to look at her.
That's right. You had to get them at 7-Eleven.
Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
Why didn't the movie company provide those for
Yeah,
you?
that's odd.
They do that now, though.
Okay.
Yeah, when you went to a movie that was 3D, they gave it to you in the movie.
Yeah.
What did you do in 7-Eleven?
No,
there was-
7-Eleven was the Super Bowl. One time they had a halftime at the
Oh,
Super Bowl.
Right, right,
that
right,
was in
right.
3D, and
Right.
Bob Costas is sitting there with his glasses on,
Right.
looking like a bigger idiot than
Right.
usual. And you had to get those glasses
Right.
from 7-Eleven.
Right. But if you went to a movie that was 3D, you got the glasses there.
Mm-hmm. I remember being in high school and sitting there with my glasses watching the Super Bowl. That was in 3D, the halftime show.
Those little cardboard glasses?
Yeah.
That's great.
Now they have like big electronic ones that sit on your face.
Oh, high-tech personified.
Yeah, it's really cool now.
The T-Man Show.
It was a dramatic night of action on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, dear.
The most frightening moment came at the end of Heather Mills' dance number.
Right.
She was doing great until the big finish.
Oh, I think I heard about this. Did she, did her legs snap like a piece of kindling or
No,
something,
no,
Terry?
no, no,
'Cause
no.
that's what we all have been waiting for. I think that's probably why she fell. If she didn't fall and really hurt herself, then to me it may be a situation where this has been staged because the world has been demanding some action from her peg leg, Terry.
Maybe so.
And they couldn't help but realize that this is what everyone's hanging on, so they had to make something happen.
And NASCAR knows people watch for the crashes.
Exactly. So every once in a while they have to rub and artificially cause a crash to keep people happy and entertained.
This wasn't on purpose based on her reaction.
Whatever.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
I need to see the footage. Is the footage available on YouTube or something?
I'm sure it is.
'Cause I would
yeah.
never watch it firsthand, as you know, Terry. I
Oh,
would
of
never
course.
be caught alive
I know.
watching dancing with the stupid whirly-twirly make you want to puke until your vomit starts.
You have to cut your wiener off and hand it to your wife. Here you go.
That's right.
It's all yours.
Anyone who is watching this with their spouse, with their girlfriend, I hope you miss your wiener. Because apparently that's what you have to be willing to do when you sit down and watch this show. You have to voluntarily slice it off and hand it to the woman you're with, Terry, and never to have it returned.
Wow.
You could still look at it every once in a while. It's not that big of a deal.
You have it for me, Pasty? He's going to show it to me through the glass.
Okay.
Oh, the video or his...
His wiener.
Oh, okay, his peg leg. Let's see here. Uh-huh. Whatever. That is so staged. It's not even funny.
No.
Are you kidding? Are you watching the same thing I just saw?
I
knew it. I knew it before I even saw the footage, Terry. You see the way she goes down?
I do.
She looks at the floor to make sure she doesn't fall that bad. Come on.
Well, but you understand.
She knows, and everyone on Dancing with the Stupid Stars knows that everyone has been sitting around waiting for some action from her friggin' wood leg.
Whoa.
And they had to accommodate the audience.
Hey, it did look staged, but we've never had all of our weight on a prosthetic leg before, so we don't know what it's like.
Right, right.
It might be hard to keep your balance, but it did look pretty.
Well, the way that she finishes the dance, I haven't seen the.
Watch the video on again, Stephen. Maybe you only saw it once. I'm sure you watched it a dozen times on your TiVo.
Well, no, I did rewind it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She knows she's about to go down before she does because it had been agreed upon ahead of time.
Yeah.
She took a dive.
Oh, so freaking gullible. If her leg ain't snapping like a piece of kindling, it's staged.
Well, she's a great actress then.
It doesn't obviously take much to convince you. Because I'm not seeing any great actress. Look at her. Oh, her shocked face is so convincing.
And she even, but the thing is, they ask her about it, and she even says that she wasn't really as stable as she looked because she was kind of sliding because
she had one leg was up in the air.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Show is even more stupid than ever. Let me hear.
It was a dramatic night of action on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
The most frightening moment came at the end of Heather Mills' dance number. She was doing great until the big finish.
Was there a nanosecond you were like, maybe I should pose on the floor and make it work?
Yeah, well, maybe I should.
After the competition.
Whatever. You guys are so naive.
I fell on my bum.
Mm-hmm. What else is going on in the world? You know what I'm going to do? What? Do you have something last word to say here, Steve?
Well, no, I just got through the finish of it, and I had to watch the whole dance again. But
This was good, right?
she's catching herself because she's falling.
They practiced that fall a dozen
my
times.
gosh.
She probably fell over plenty of times in her life.
In their rehearsal.
So you're going to tell me that...
knew they needed to get some attention drawn to themselves, get some sympathy votes. It was probably, if it wasn't arranged by the overall producers of Dancing with the Stars, it was arranged by her and her dance partners to make sure she got a couple of sympathy votes for doing all she's doing with her peg leg.
She was in the bottom, too.
Yeah, she was.
Well, she didn't get voted off, did she?
No,
if she wouldn't have fallen, she would have been gone.
She's been doing some pretty daring things for her, like she's, done a walkover and whatever.
I can't believe I'm missing this.
Jeez, walkover sounds awesome.
All right, let me...
You know what? You can watch one of the other 400 channels, and that's fine.
As I told you earlier on, Terry, this was going to be a hump day version of... I'm going to open up the phone lines a lot this morning to find out if there's any relationship problems going on out there, Terry.
Yeah.
We are getting close enough to the weekend that nobody needs to head on into this third weekend in April with any kind of baggage.
Right.
I want you baggage-free for your third weekend of April. So if you have any kind of situations going on in your relationship that needs to be solved, today is a Wednesday. Oh, the T-Man is providing relationship therapy for you free of charge. No one else does it. No one else offers it, first of all, free, and no one else offers it any better as far as success rates of solving your frickin' problems as it pertains to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your whatever the case may be. Yes. Ken Gribbets, we have a special line for you. A lot of people have been calling in trying to figure out how to spell Gribbets, Stephen, so I guess you found it quicker than anyone. Maybe you knew this guy more than I thought, but ahead of time. But
I love his work.
Seems like a lot of listeners were having trouble finding the information you were finding that were interested. But whatever.
Gribetz.
Okay, broke the code. Anyway, 1-866. Let me clear the lines of people that have been waiting, and I feel bad that they've been waiting and want to talk about other things. But it's a Relationship Wednesday, blah blah blah, and we gotta line up calls and solve many a problem out there. Now, while we do that, Terry, give me one good, quick story. What do you have?
I got a story out of Nebraska where a mother has been accused of neglect after leaving her teenage daughter on the side of the road.
See, you just can't get away with what you used to be able to get away with as a parent. You used to be able to smack your kid in the grocery store, and nobody would even pretend like they noticed. Everyone would mind their own business. Now they're calling CPS behind your back.
You put those Cocoa Puffs back. You get the generic brand.
Mm-hmm. I would have been satisfied with the generic brand as a kid.
That's true. Okay, we ain't getting no sugar cereal in this house.
Exactly. Rice Krispies was as close to a sugar cereal as I was able to get as a kid.
With half the canister of sugar dumped on it at home.
Right. When my mom wasn't looking, I would
God.
douse it in sugar. But my mom, I think, a couple of times left me on the side of the road. Yeah, I knew she was doing wrong when she did that, Terry. You're in legal trouble now if you leave your kid on the side of the road.
Yes.
And this kid was actually pretty able to take care of herself as far as age is concerned. You said she was 15?
She was 15, and she was a soccer player, and her mom was upset at her performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
So
good motivation.
Yeah.
So they were fighting over that.
Well, apparently so. Didn't
And
like
she
her.
left her on the side of the road.
Yep.
They were fighting on the way home. Daughter fires back at her mom with some fresh comment that the mother doesn't feel she needs to be taken. I'm just having flashbacks. Don't be fresh with me, young man.
Yeah, what does that mean? I always wondered that, too.
I think fresh is always nice. I don't know why it's ever
I thought
been
it was
used
good
with a
to be
negative
fresh.
spin. But my mom always told me never to be fresh, and then she would leave me on the side of the road at age 6. And this was a 15-year-old, Terry, and I knew you should be getting in trouble for that. Well, now you moms and some dads. I don't think dads are the type of... I think it's gender-oriented. I don't think you leave your kid on the side of the road as a dad. It's a mom thing. I'll leave you on the side of the road. And if you're a good mom, you should never be capable of doing such a thing, because the guy half a mile behind you with a flatbed truck is about to pick up your daughter and do all kinds of things to her. And whose fault is it then? How do you leave your kid on the side of the road?
I know.
How do you leave your daughter on the side of the road?
Play soccer better next time.
There you go.
Just basically handing her hooker card or what?
Wow.
Cards for that.
Do you hand her hooker card on the way out of the door, Terry, or what?
Is that what that's doing?
Might as well be. You leave your daughter on the side of the road. This is a highway, no less, you said?
Yeah, Interstate 80.
I-80. It's a pretty big thoroughfare last I checked.
So.
I think that stretches across the entire United States. I think that goes east to west and covers pretty much all of the U.S. I-80.
Let's try. Let's walk.
Let's walk.
Well, somebody's daughter actually had to.
Oh, jeez.
And the mom is now going to jail for life?
Not for no. She's been accused of child neglect.
Negligence.
Yeah.
Neglect of a child.
Yes.
Good. I hope she gets thrown in jail. Meets a very big woman.
Wow.
Don't have kids if you're not ready to deal with interactions in the car that you don't like the way it's going. You can't just leave your kid on the side of the road. I used to open the car door sometimes at 55 miles an hour because that's as fast as my mom went.
Oh, I hated that.
But still, opening the door.
It's only 55, Terry.
Can't get injured.
I'll
going
get out
50.
right here if you tell me not to be fresh again. I'm fresh, damn it. 1-866-663-T-Man. Let's start a relationship a Wednesday off. Actually, we had Ricky on earlier, so it's really not starting, but who's counting? Let's go to Loretta in Tacoma. Good morning, Loretta.
Good morning.
How are you, baby?
Good, how are you?
Good. What can we do for you this morning? How can the good Dr. T be of some help to you in your relationship needs?
Okay, I have a little situation.
Mm-hmm. How many calls start that way, Terry? And yet it seems a lot more than a little bit of a situation. Go ahead, Loretta. What's your situation?
Okay, I'm still married technically, and I've been...
Technical marriage is an interesting state of being these days, Terry.
True.
You mean to get divorced, but because of finance problems or paperwork issues, you're not actually divorced yet. Is that what you're alluding to by saying technically married?
Yes, we're separated.
Or you could also mean that you're married, but there's no love left in the relationship, so you're just going through the motions of being husband and wife when you're really not in your mind married. Is that what you mean?
No.
Okay, what do you mean when you say you're technically married?
I mean, you're correct. I mean, I am legally married, but we're separated. We're dating other people.
Mm-hmm. Are you even bothering to do the steps necessary to go and get divorced, or that's too much work?
He's in the military, so I'm just waiting for him to do the paperwork because he can't have any family marital problems while he's going through a certain...
There aren't a lot of post offices in Iraq he can get to right now to send off the paperwork, and she's putting it on him. He doesn't have enough on his mind being in the military. She wants him to do the work on getting the legal work done to get divorced.
Yeah.
No, he's not in Iraq. He's going to recruiting school.
Oh, okay, whatever. Might as well be. Anyway, so you're waiting on him. And you're not doing the steps necessary to actually get legally divorced.
No, I mean, we're doing it on a friendly basis, but I don't want to interfere with his school.
But you do have enough effort, you do have enough energy to throw yourself out there and make yourself very available, don't you? Don't you? Yeah, little hooker.
Wow.
So what's the problem?
Well, the problem is, he was in Iraq, and we weren't, we decided to see other people while he was out there.
So he was in Iraq. So you made it like it was a huge stretch for me to suggest he was in Iraq. Okay, go ahead. He was in Iraq, and you started seeing other people, yeah.
And then he came back, and, we tried to make things work. It didn't work. So the previous relationship I was already in, I went back to, and it's great.
So you went back with an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
When your husband and you realized it wasn't going to work, you went rushing back to the comfort of an old flame.
Been so long.
And he was there waiting for you with open arms at the front door, just tapping his foot and hoping you'd return.
I knew you'd come back.
Mm-hmm. All right, wonderful. So what's the problem?
Well, he's also going through a separation, and...
you took him from his wife, too, didn't you?
Wow.
Because of your selfish needs.
No, he was having problems as well.
I'm sure.
We started off as friends, and we just, it was still there. And now he's actually my roommate, and he's living with me, and I kind of feel like I'm competing with his wife still.
Competing over what? Over his attention?
Yeah.
Pasty, quiet! Can you get Pasty to be quiet? His booming voice in there is distracting me.
Okay.
Do
you know how distracting you are? Does he even hear what I'm saying? I don't even think he's...
No, I don't think he's
chatting away with listeners. Chatting away.
Can you hear what we're saying?
You want to shut the glass real tight and... Okay.
Whoa.
It's like
Maybe
50,000 times we've asked.
Turn down the subwoofer in your throat there, or what?
All of a sudden you see him pull out a little...
All right, Loretta, I'm sorry to get distracted. It was hard not to. Okay, so
Can I help you?
you feel like you're competing with his ex-wife.
Yes.
For attention, right?
Well, why is he allowing you to feel that way? If this is the true love and the comfort that you've been looking for so many years, it obviously can't be exactly the way you described it. And, everything seems perfect now with this old boyfriend of mine, and it was right in front of my face, and I never realized how natural everything would be when we actually let ourselves be together. But now you're complaining that he's allowing himself to be distracted by what should be his ex-wife. Why is that happening?
Well, the thing is, they have 3 kids together, and I don't put those kids, I love those kids as if they were my own. She knows that. I would do anything for them.
No, you don't. That all sounds all well and good, but that is not the case. You don't love the kids like they're your own. Whatever. You're hitting them with a wooden spoon when he's not looking.
Wow. Really?
Should let them off on the side of the road in a heartbeat, and then when the police come and claim that she's been negligent, she'll say, they ain't my kids.
Oh,
no.
All right.
I would never do anything to hurt them.
Well, let me tell you something, honey bunches of oats. When you are with a guy and you commit yourself to a new guy who happens to have 3 kids with another woman, this comes with the territory. You can't expect to get the undivided attention of a guy who has 3 kids with another woman. You signed up for this, so don't complain about it now. That how do I get the attention, the complete and undivided attention of my new, that actually happens to be an old man, old boyfriend of mine, when he has 3 kids? It's not possible. Learn to live with this. This is the way it is. Either you want it to be this way, or you're going to break up with this guy too.
Well, no, it's just that she uses it against him, and it puts me off to the side. He
she doesn't necessarily use it against him. There are things that are required when you have 3 kids, even with an ex-husband or boyfriend, that has to involve him. You seem to be jealous of his kids and the needs that are involved there. You signed up for this voluntarily. You weren't put back together with this ex-boyfriend at gunpoint, were you?
No.
Then you signed...
that's not the case at all, though. I'm not jealous of the kids. It's her that I'm jealous of.
Okay, listen. She's not getting this, Terry. She's not getting what comes with the territory when you devote yourself and give yourself to a man that has 3 kids with a former woman, with a former girlfriend or wife.
Right.
Now,
she'll make up things like, oh,
Lord,
his son doesn't want to come over here.
Maybe these things seem trivial to you. But they are legitimate concerns of this woman as it pertains to her kids that sometimes she needs to involve her husband, her ex-husband, or ex-boyfriend in. All right? And maybe she is pushing it a little bit. But you know what? That also comes with the territory when you get involved with a man who has 3 kids and a major history with another woman. If you don't want a guy to be distracted by kids in the equation of his life, then find a guy who has no kids.
Oh. I mean, I also have a child, and...
You're selfish, honey. You're not realistic. You're not... No. No. You're not realistic. You're living in some fantasy world, and you think you're going to get undivided attention from a guy who has 3 kids? You can forget it. That's
I don't want his undivided attention.
Yes,
I would
you
like to
do.
do things as a family.
That's not what you signed up for. And you are part of his family now, but he has another part of his family that you don't want to acknowledge. And that's the dynamic between his kids and their mother. If you don't feel comfortable with that, well, you're signed up for the wrong thing, baby.
No, I mean, I am not trying to split up the family. I'm trying to put us together. I mean, she doesn't like me, which I understand. I have no problem with her. But it's like she doesn't...
And think about how this stings her. As from her perspective, there's nothing worse than some dumb bunt spending time on a regular basis with her kids. That's how she sees it.
Wow.
So, I mean, you're not the only one who feels a little bit of a bit of pain here, and maybe she is pushing the limit a little bit, but there are certain needs that come with breaking up with a guy that you have 3 kids with. There will be times that she needs to call him and talk to him, and there'll be times that she needs to come over and do things a little bit here and there. And if you're not going to realize that, well, then you're unrealistic.
No, I mean, it's like, okay, she can come to the house. She has come to the house.
I'm so tired of this already. I can only imagine. She's not going to get it, Terry. She's not going to get it. You're not going to see my point. You're not going to see her point. You're not going to see even his point when he tries to explain to you that his wife or his ex-wife, his ex-girlfriend, whatever the hell she is, does need to stop by for a second to take care of something.
Well, I mean, she calls me and she tells me if I wanted him to come back, he'll come back. And he's already told her that. I mean, she calls me, tells me all these things, and it's like...
All right, so you're in a major competition with this woman.
Yeah, I don't feel that I should have to be.
Sounds like you're winning the battle of the losers right now, so feel good. All right?
But you allow yourself to be competitive. I mean, you just stop trying to compete with her.
Okay.
Ignore her. Okay?
Oh, that's nice, honey. How are the kids? Just get over it.
He's with me now for a reason. The day he's with you, then I'll start believing you. That's what you should tell her.
Right.
All right? Until then, don't bother me anymore.
Jeez.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right, Loretta.
Bye.
Take care. Oh, there are people in desperate need out there, Terry.
Yeah, so it sounds like.
And I'm just the person to straighten them out if, in fact, they're willing to just open a sliver of their freaking closed-minded mind, Terry, and allow it.
That's the hardest part. Yeah, that is.
You think she'll
That's
do that?
my battle! I think towards the end there, she may have opened a sliver, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, one more sliver.
Jane, you're on the air, Jane.
Jane, hi.
Hi, Jane.
How you doing?
Jane hooked up with a guy recently she met on the internet, Terry.
Wow.
Where are you calling from, Jane?
California, Oakland.
Yes, and what can I do for you, love?
Well, he came and visited me. Everything was good.
Where is he from, this internet mysterious man?
Philadelphia.
Wow. Keeping a distance between you and your emotional ties to men, aren't you?
3,786 miles away.
Wow.
He counted it. I didn't.
Okay, so he came to visit you recently, and how did this whole internet romance get started?
Well, it started on a website.
What website? Adult Friend Fire. What?
Black People Meet.
Mm-hmm. Black People Meet.
And he kept popping up on my email, and I kept ignoring him. And then finally, I gave him my Yahoo address.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, direct to my Yahoo.
Mm-hmm. You gave him access to your Yahoo?
Yeah, just to have conversation.
Wait till you see my Google.
Mm-hmm.
That was Meet, M-E-E-T? You have to pay every month. So I, gave him my Yahoo address, just in case I decided I wanted to talk to someone.
All right, and then obviously you decided that you did want to talk to him, and it progressed pretty quick, or what?
No, actually, I didn't want to talk to him. I kept every time I came home and put my computer on. He pops up.
He broke you down. He was very aggressive, and he pursued you until he finally got you to succumb to paying some attention to him.
Exactly.
And now, not only have you broken down in contacting him back through emails, now you allowed him to come out to Oakland and visit you. Is that right?
Correct.
She got the home field advantage, Terry. He flew 3,600 and some odd miles.
What was that again?
All for the access to her Yahoo. And how did that experience go for you? How long did he stay with you?
A week.
A week. Boy, it's so hard to get, Terry. She makes it like she was putting up so many walls, and then she lets him come out and visit for an entire week. A stranger in your house for a week.
That's a pretty big commitment on his part.
You'd think maybe you'd meet at a neutral site. Well, I guess maybe it's safer to allow him to actually come to your house than meet in some hotel in Nebraska. But she allows him to stay for a week in his first visit?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. How long is he supposed to stay?
I think the first visit should be like, even though he's traveling 3,600 miles.
Well, that's his problem. He paid for that. I didn't.
Yeah, but still,
Like a
then
weekend,
he can.
He should stay in a hotel, and he should come to your house and visit you over a weekend, not staying in your home for a week.
Oh, you right. Okay.
What if he had this horrible foot odor, this butt?
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Jane, you're out of TP in the downstairs bathroom.
I mean, you need to. All right, but you let him stay for a week because you're so hard to get. All right, and how did that week go?
It went well, except for one day, which was my birthday.
All right, how many times did you have sex in the week that he stayed there? Be honest.
Oh, my God. I don't know. Not much that I expected.
So more or less than 35?
Less than 35.
Less than 35 times. More or less than 5?
More than 5. I think about 5.
Easy.
Man.
It's almost one a
I think
day.
about 5.
Internet is king, Terry.
Huh?
How long had you been communicating from the time that you actually decided to return his emails to the time that he let him come out for a week?
Okay, well, before I started returning his emails, it was about maybe 2 weeks before I started conversating with him, and about 2 months before he came out.
All right, so you've been talking to him for approximately 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
All right, Terry's all good with it now. Oh, okay, that's
Well,
fine.
no, I mean, no. I still believe
guy.
that she should have had him stay at the hotel and everything.
She took some risks.
She did.
Allowing a man
absolutely.
access to her home for a week.
Absolutely.
Was that
you still have to be cautious.
Was that the plan, that he was going to stay for a week, or was it he was going to stay for a couple of days and he just extended it?
No, it was a plan for him to stay the week.
Wow. It's a big commitment to give to a stranger. I don't care how much
Definitely.
you've been chatting with him or talking to him on the
That is
phone.
true.
You can hammer through a weekend.
But
a week.
I do
You
understand
must
that.
be really desperate.
No, not at all.
Whatever. There are plenty of guys in Oakland. There are plenty of guys in the Bay that you could hook up with. You need this guy out to come out for a week?
Plenty of guys on the West Coast. I mean, geez.
All right, so what's the problem? You called because you have a problem.
Okay,
So far, everything sounds...
It's not really a problem. It's just a thought I'm having about this. He
Yes.
has this-
Now, all of a sudden, she decided to think about this, Terry.
No, he
All of a
has
sudden,
his
after he's been
friend.
out for a week, been in my house.
Yeah, I need to think about this a little bit.
Yeah,
All right,
biting pillow for a week didn't matter.
I love a woman by pillow. What thoughts have you come up with?
Okay. He had this friend that he has paying for his phone bill for about 5 years. They have no
That's always
relationship.
attractive. Mm-hmm.
He said they don't have a relationship or anything.
Yes.
But they know he cares for her because he knows he's been knowing her since she's been pregnant. The son.
Oh Lord, yes.
The son's dad died.
Right. Blah blah blah. So,
Yeah, blah, blah.
so you have a guy who's come out for a week who has a woman paying his phone bill.
Yeah, I was wondering, should I say something about that, or should I just let it go, or what?
Well, the first thing I would ask is why an adult male needs some woman to pay his phone bill. Sounds like a pretty big loser to me. Who scratched together every penny he had to come out and see you to get all smashed up with you for a week.
No, I don't think I think he's just using her. Because if it was me, I'd let a guy pay whatever.
Guys use women for a lot of reasons, but when a guy needs to use a woman to pay for his phone bill, that doesn't sound like a guy who's got a lot going for him to me. I'm sorry to say, Jane.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So maybe the bigger issue is how big is the loser loser that you met online here, Jane. 'Cause you don't sound like a loser to me. You sound like a nice. You sound like a nice lady. You sound like a nice lady. On top of you describing yourself as an intelligent female, which sounds to be the case, Terry. Why would she be hooked up with a guy? She's more concerned over why he lets. What kind of real relationship he must have with this woman who pays his phone bill. I'm more concerned with why a guy would be in a position to have any woman pay his phone bill, Terry. How big a loser is this guy? On the scale of losers, on the 1 to 10 scale of losers, how full scale a loser is this guy? Because Jane doesn't need any full-blown loser in her life, Terry.
And
No, I sure
you're
don't.
right. And I think Jane needs to leave this full-blown loser alone. Because, I mean, really, if he's, regardless, you already assume he's using this woman. What makes you think that he's not going to try and use you?
Any
too?
guy could pay his own
Trust
phone.
me, I'm not letting no guy.
Jane.
He already has.
Jane, he screwed you 16 ways to Sunday in his visit to you a couple of weeks
The
ago.
only way
Friday
he
through Sunday.
used me, the only way he used me is having a roof over his head. But I didn't
Well,
pay for nothing.
Jane.
I didn't spend no money.
That
Jane.
doesn't mean, yeah, he saved up a few dollars and, hey, let me
Every
impress
last-
her for a minute.
He borrowed from 17
Right.
people to come out so he could have sex with you 17
Right.
times during the whole week that he was there. Now,
Well, maybe I'll use him to have him come out there then.
what kind of sex are we talking about that you and the internet guy have?
It's a specialty.
What kind of
safe.
safe sex?
Yeah.
The first word that comes to her mind in describing the sex that they had was safe sex, Terry.
Every single time.
Every single session
Every single time.
every session you had with the Philadelphia guy was a safe sexual experience.
Exactly.
Meaning what?
Meaning-
you didn't let him hang you out the window too far when he was doing you? How safe? What is?
Actually, it wasn't that great.
Oh wow! So he had a little penis on top of it all. All right, how safe were you? Does that mean he wore a condom every time that you guys had a session during the week he was out, or what?
Yes, sir.
Probably why it wasn't great.
Do you believe that, Terry?
Yeah, that's probably why it's not good either.
It wasn't ripped for her pleasure? Anyway, all right. So, Terry, she had an experience where the chances of any repercussions because you wore a condom every time are very, very limited. So she was very bright in that aspect of not allowing herself to have anything permanent, be it an STD or a child with this guy.
Right.
And you're saying she had a great run with him, cut her losses
Yes.
with the what sounds to be a decent-sized loser, if not a full-blown loser in our estimation, and move on to try to find somebody else that you could actually have a realistic relationship. Because even if this guy is the greatest thing that you have found recently, he still lives in Philadelphia. Jane?
That's true. That is true.
And you know my philosophy on long-distance relationships. They're bull-crap relationships.
And yeah,
All
I
right?
believe that if he ain't
Listen.
planning on moving out here, if he's not going to move out here,
Yes.
or anything,
Please, you don't want him to move out.
yeah,
Don't
no,
encourage
you
him to move out. Listen, you had a great run with a guy you met on the internet. It didn't bite you in the ass, so to speak.
You didn't ask for it.
Right.
Because you didn't ask him to. And now it's time to think about the next little fun thing. I love a woman who's able to have a fun week, Terry.
There you
Don't get me
go.
wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking her for having the internet guy fly out and do her all up and.
And I think that's what it was. I think I just, did something different that I would never, ever do.
All right, but yeah,
Before.
it's atypical of you to act like this. Now it's time for you to cut your ties with this little experience. It was a nice little experience, no harm, no foul, and a good time had by all, even though it wasn't the best sex she's ever had in her life, Terry. She needs it good. As a lot of women do, Terry. Very particular on how much it takes to get her off, Terry. And this guy barely passed the test. Okay. Jane?
Okay, so I just want another advice.
Yes. Our advice to you is leave it at that.
Okay.
All right?
I sure will.
Nothing else could add to this circumstance, in our opinion.
He said he wants to come back out here
No.
next month.
Tell him you've had your fun with him. To lose, your email address.
Right.
All right?
Let it go.
Block
Let
his
it go.
address.
There it is. Block him.
Yep.
Man. Gotta love Jane for that, though, huh?
Well, she had a good time. Right?
Big sign at the airport she had.
Yeah.
Waiting for him. And as soon as they get back to her joint, she's getting all naked. Oh, the internet is beautiful. Just a beautiful. Thank you, Al Gore. Yes.
The T-Man Show.
Sarah in Seattle, Terry, is next up.
Okay.
Getting through as many relationship issues as we possibly can in one program. Sarah, are you there?
I'm here.
What's up, baby?
I kind of am in a situation that I need some advice with. That's why I'm calling.
Well, you came to the right place, as you probably already know, Sarah.
That's correct.
Okay.
In January of 2006, I met up with an old friend that I knew from back in grade school.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and we started a strictly sexual relationship. There was
yeah. I'm sorry.
no
Go ahead.
emotional feelings.
And how often would you two get together for your sexual needs in this nothing but sexual, emotional kind of relationship? No other kinds of romantic emotion?
Yeah, no romantic emotion at all. It was, on average, 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Now, were you with anyone else at the time? Were you completely
No.
single? What was your status? You were single.
Completely single.
So you just
straight
had-
off of a divorce. I, at the time, did not want a relationship at all. That's why it remained sexual.
Mhm.
He didn't want one at all. So it was
Oh,
just,
really?
you know, him and I.
Mhm.
There was nobody. I knew for a fact that he was sleeping with other people, and I was a little uneasy about that at first, but, I mean, I couldn't complain since I wasn't asking for anything more.
But
so.
he was just the kind of specimen you were looking for in a strictly sexual relationship as far as looks and everything else that a woman may look for if she decides in her life, and it's happening more and more, as you know, Terry, that women have agreements. They have this little setup with a certain particular male where they just have nothing but a sexual kind of situation going on.
Oh, I love the beer gut and no muscle on his legs.
Very much what's coveted in your sexual-only kind of relationship. He had what you were looking for. What did he have that you were into as far as his looks? Was he just a real good-looking guy overall, or what?
He was extremely attractive, tall, was well endowed.
Whoa.
Satisfied me in every way.
Now, did you know he
that
was?
I needed.
You knew he was well endowed before you agreed to get into the sexual relationship, I'm imagining, or what?
No, I had no idea that he was going to be as incredible.
that was the luck of the draw.
Well, you have to
Well,
remember.
back in, you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
So you had already committed to having this nothing but a sexual relationship with the guy without even knowing what kind of equipment he was working with.
I was hooked after our first experience.
I know, but you had already, before that experience, committed to this ongoing sexual relationship. Or no, it hadn't been agreed upon until that after that first experience.
It wasn't agreed upon until after the first
I got it. But he did so much for you, and he looked so good that you were feeling like you had found yourself a real good little niche in the world here.
Yeah, I found my play toy, and I was completely
there you go.
Found her play toy.
Well, I mean, it is. It's a perfect situation for her if she's.
But I have a feeling she's calling because something went awry.
She got emotionally attacked.
Tune on right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, in about October, November, I started to feel, okay, it's been almost a year. I mean, the sex is great. I wanted a little bit more, maybe not necessarily from him, but I knew that he didn't want a relationship. So
it was time for you to get emotional with somebody. You had other needs that needed to be addressed, and they were outside of just being sexual, and you needed to find it from somebody.
Exactly.
Got it.
And we still, to this day, talk on a daily basis, and we remain friends, but we have not slept with each other since we broke it off back in October.
All right. So you were able to get yourself out of the sexual relationship, even though he was.
It was hard.
That usually helps. Mm-hmm.
It was withdrawals beyond belief. It was awful.
Now, how much do you think you were doing for him? I'm imagining, just by the sound of your voice, that you were pretty much returning every favor as far as the ecstasy he was providing for you, you were doing for him.
Well, let's just put it this way. When I get an email at 10 a.m. asking me to get together for lunch, it was never a problem. So
Big time nooner, huh?
I love when women either pretend or they truly are confident in their sexual abilities, Terry.
Well, she must have a great specialty then.
Love that.
Just going to ask that.
All right, now, speaking of hard, Terry, I'm up against a hard break here.
Oh.
So, Sarah, I know you sound like you're driving to work, but can I put you on hold for a little bit and we get back to you, or what? Because obviously we haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes of
We
the
haven't
story.
even gotten to the problem.
We haven't gotten to the meat of the story, Terry.
We're not even at the
I thought
table
we were
yet.
there.
Hang on. Steven's got his knife and fork. He's ready to dive on in here.
He uses his hands. Don't lie.
Doesn't use his hands or a fork or any utensil. He just goes face first.
Oh, hands behind the back.
Into the mashed potatoes.
As Amy pull him out by the collar when he's needing air.
The collar.
With his lovely striped shirt.
See how quick Pasty picked up on Sarah when I put her on hold,
Yes.
Terry? I explained to Sarah what the situation is. All she needs to do is sit on hold and wait. There's no need for Pasty to have any private conversations with her.
Pasty's like, I need some emotion, too, in my life.
What are you talking to her about, Pasty? I'm up against the break, but I need to know.
You like well endowed, huh?
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Find more out about what happened in Sarah's sexual relationship with her boy toy after these words.
The T-Man Show.
Right. Sure. Terry, we have Sarah on the line.
Oh, goody.
Sarah carved out a pretty convenient situation for herself with a guy that she was having nothing but a sexual relation with.
Yeah, she did. Happy for a while.
From January of 2006 till October of 2006, Sarah and mystery guy, well, he wasn't a mystery to her, but we don't know anything about him, except the fact that he was perfect for her for what she was looking for.
Right. And they were grade school buddies.
Classmates.com.
That was crazy,
They used to play with paints and glue together. And then years later, maybe some glue was involved in a different fashion, as you just may have heard, but they were getting together for nothing but hardcore sex.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And Sarah was loving every minute of it. It was just what she was looking for, just what she needed coming out of a divorce, Terry. Now, there may be a grouping of ladies out there. There may be a group of individuals of both genders that hear a situation that has become more common these days than others want to acknowledge, and they say that alone means that Sarah's a slut.
Whoa.
There'll be people out there that come to that conclusion based on hearing about Sarah's circumstances between January of 2006 and October.
Mm-hmm.
But, Terry, I'm glad you're not one of them. Oh, jeez. Anyway.
Terry can't speak on that.
Sarah's going to tell us more now about this situation because we heard details, but we want more details. I love the detail about how he was able to, just email her at 10 a.m., and then she'd meet him the same day delivery.
I know.
At 12 noon, they would be getting together. That's something you shared with us. Is that right? He would email you.
That's accurate.
There were days he would email at 10. Man, well, how come I've never set that up for myself? And at noon,
you haven't?
You would meet him at his spot at a hotel.
Oh, no.
Motel.
No. We have actually met in the parking garage at the T-Mobile corporate facility.
Wow.
In South Korea.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you would have sex in the car.
It was all oral, but yeah, it was in the car.
And
it was in the car.
I missed that. It was all what?
It was all oral.
Okay,
but
easy
in the car in the parking garage.
Got it. So not every and you love being the giver, is that right? On top of all that I'm hearing, you love to be on the giving end of what a man needs in this world?
I don't mind giving, but, I like to receive as well. But
you would get that later.
But in the car, I imagine, you couldn't have been on the receiving. Well, I guess you can be, but I would never do. If we were in the car, you're giving, and that's all that's happening.
I'll get you later. Is that what it is?
I'll get you back one of these days.
Right.
Yeah, pretty sure I'm not going to fit on the floorboard.
All right. So 3 times a week, you said, from January to October, on average, you would get together 3 times a week, which pretty much means they obviously did basically every position possible. Well, what was the preference as far as how you would customarily do it? What kind of angle were you taking there, if you know what I'm saying? What was your favorite position with this guy that you were just having sex with? Just fill my curiosity out here.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
My favorite position.
But what was the most often done with him was what? Not maybe it wasn't your favorite, but the one you did most often was.
I would ride him, but I would ride him opposite.
Okay.
So,
So you couldn't look him in the eye. She would ride him opposite.
Yeah.
My wife loves that. I find it insulting sometimes, Terry.
Why?
That she doesn't want to look at my face.
Well, that's maybe not it.
My wife
Maybe not.
But I think
My wife, a lot of times, she'll elect, Terry. She'll elect to spin in the other direction. She'll elect to face in the other direction when she's on top of me, and I take it sometimes personally. It depends on my mood, of course. But sometimes I get offended by that.
You look at my butt, mister.
Well, maybe she wants you to spank her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever do that?
It was rough with this guy or with me and my wife?
Oh.
Anyway. Anyhow. All right. So then we flash forward to October. And all of a sudden you decide you need more in the world than just this situation that had run its course in your mind. Now you need to get in more of an emotional kind of relationship overall.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
All right. So what's the problem? I'm still waiting to hear the downside of what happened here.
Okay, well, let's see. We broke it off, the sexual relationship, in October. In December came my company's formal holiday gala.
Oh, and those are just sexual free-for-alls, Terry.
For some reason they are, aren't they?
Absolutely. Women love getting drunk at their office Christmas party, and they take it to the train tracks, and then it's all over, Terry. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think my butt's stuck to the track.
I love that.
It's cold outside.
Anyway, don't worry, one's not due for another 5 minutes. Go ahead.
One of the senior account executives that works just a couple of offices down from me, who is extremely attractive and extremely single, needed a date.
Mm-hmm.
I set her up with Mystery Guy.
Okay.
And they got together beforehand. They hit it off.
So on top of it all, Terry, even though they had no emotion in their sexual relationship, she wasn't like the jealous type. She's setting this guy up.
Right.
Not at all. I had no hesitation setting them up at all.
As much as he did for her sexually, and she pointed out he did a lot for her sexually, she wasn't possessive or even jealous to set him up with a coworker, knowing how good he was. Usually when a woman knows how good a guy is, she wants him all to herself.
No, she's willing to share.
Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
All right, so go ahead.
So I set them up, and from what I understand from both parties, they hit it off really wonderfully. They both liked each other. I got more detail from him, obviously, than she was willing to give to me. But from what I understand, they had just as great of sexual experiences as we did,
so you had to
which I thought was great.
You had to get it from him, the story, all the dirt on how hard he was doing it, whatever. You had to get all that from. She wasn't willing to, after you set her up, she wasn't willing to share that stuff with you as much as he was.
Well, we're not friends outside of the office. We're office coworkers, and that's
right.
And that's
all right, we got to speed it up now a little bit. What's the problem?
So what happens is in February I went for my yearly gynecological exam, and now I have contracted a curable STD, and I know that it has come from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to him. I told him he went and got treated as well, but since the conversation I've had with him.
A curable STD doesn't obviously rules out herpes. So what'd you get? Let's be honest here.
I have chlamydia. I have chlamydia.
I'll tell you
what.
No. That's the clap.
Is it?
Yes.
That's clap.
I'll tell you what. There were a lot of guys who called in that wanted to hook up with Sarah. They all just dropped off the line.
They all hung up.
A lot of guys were dialing in, and Pasty was putting them on hold, wanting to get on the phone and have me put them on with you, and they all just dropped off. Even if it is a curable situation, they don't want to hear about it. Now, I gotta bring this up, Sarah, because you pointed out that while you were with him sexually from January to October of 2006, you made it clear that you were aware that he was having sex with other women. So it kind of almost is a situation where you got what you deserved.
I did. I got what I deserved.
Because you were allowing him to raw dog you when you're aware that he's having sex with other women.
Yep, guilty.
Wow.
Irresponsible. Learned my lesson.
I mean, if there's any righteousness in this world, Terry, her vagina should have dried up and died.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Irresponsible chicks are my favorite.
I love them. Anyway.
You got the curable disease. I mean, no
it's
kids, no nothing else.
No
That's
harm, no foul. This is no biggie. I don't even know why she needed to call us on this, unless there's...
This is the situation, though.
Yes.
Even though we're coworkers, since I talked to him about it,
right.
Our working relationship between her and I has completely dropped off, and we're supposed to be working directly together.
So you're afraid?
So now I know that she knows.
You're afraid that she has what you have, or does she know that she has what you have, or you want to tell her that she has what you have, or you feel responsible to tell her what you have, or what?
Well, you probably feel kind of bad. Yeah, actually, absolutely.
So wait, let me see if I got you straight here. Your coworker, you don't think knows that she has what you have, and you feel responsible to tell her what she has.
Well, sure, I do feel responsible for telling her just as much as he does.
Even though you made it clear you weren't jealous and didn't get emotional over hooking them up, the fact that they had as good a sex as you had with him, I'm sure there was some small area of you that was a little bothered by that. That has to be noted by human nature, Terry. And maybe there'll be a little bit of glee in telling her little coworker that you got the clap too.
Hee.
That's what you get.
Oh God!
No, I don't look at it like that. I think
probably the majority, the vast majority of her is just being as responsible as she can, given the circumstances, Terry. But I'm just curious if there's a small little tinge in her, Terry, that's going to get a little bit of gleeful satisfaction in telling her coworker friend.
Maybe she doesn't have it.
That she has chlamydia too. Or maybe when you tell her, she'll say, well, I get tested every week. I have nothing.
Maybe she's smart and responsible and wears condoms. Imagine that.
Whoa, come on.
I think she's pretty much aware, Sarah the caller is, that the sex that they had was also unprotected sex, or else she wouldn't even be mulling over the prospect of telling her coworker. She got every detail from the guy, the mystery guy, so she already knows, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, that the sex they had was the same kind of unprotected, some would say irresponsible sex.
There's no correction needed.
Mm-hmm. She knows.
Follow her into the bathroom, and if she makes excruciating noises when she pees,
This dude is getting every woman out there to let him have sex with her without any protection. Gotta love him.
I get tested every week. I'm good. Here, just give it to me.
Jeez.
So
that's how it goes.
When do you think you got it? I mean, doesn't a woman know when she has chlamydia, Terry?
This is the problem. Chlamydia is. You could have it and not even know. See, I didn't even know I had it. You don't have symptoms.
Women don't have symptoms.
Why would you get tested?
Yeah, why did you get tested?
She said she went for her yearly bullcrap exam.
Bullcrap.
And the gynecologist, and feeling her all up, told her that there was something weird inside her, and it was a chlamydia ball. So,
oh, Jesus! Slowly releases chlamydia into the system.
That's right.
Okay.
So she was
nice. They serve those in any restaurant.
So she was as shocked as anyone.
Well,
and then she went and told the guy, and he went and he got tested and confirmed for her that yes, he's the carrier.
How did he know?
How do you know? How do you know that you didn't give it to him?
Well, I was coming out of a monogamous 5-year marriage.
Blah, blah, blah.
But after the 5-year marriage, when you had a yearly after that, did you ever get tested for...
She's saying she had sex with no one after her husband but him, and there's no possible way she could have gotten it. I've heard the story all before.
Yeah, but her husband could have had sex with other people in the marriage.
That's what I'm asking.
Could have got it on a toilet seat.
Oh,
jeez, Stephen.
All right, so the question is, does she approach the coworker that she doesn't even have as close a tie to at work that she used to have and tell her what needs to be told?
Yes.
If she doesn't, is she responsible for the coworker going blind?
Is that what happens?
Well,
I thought that was from touching yourself.
That's from syphilis, too.
I think that's part of the reason why she wants to talk to her, is because, I would feel a little guilty because here I try and hook them up thinking I'm doing a good thing or whatever because I'm not the jealous type, whatever. And I believe she's probably not really the jealous type, but I just believe that she's probably a little concerned about her friend's health.
You feel guilty.
And she feels guilty, right. I feel bad.
And we're going on to May, and I know the secret.
Right.
Quote unquote secret, and I don't think she knows, and I think she needs to know.
And for women, chlamydia can make it to the point where if it goes undetected and you don't get it treated, you can become sterile.
Well, then you absolutely have to tell your coworker.
Right.
What are you even mulling over here? Sit her down in the break room and make sure a lot of people are around and tell her she's got the clap.
So here's the problem, though. We're not friends outside the office. So what do? Pull her aside by the water cooler and say, hey, by the way, I've got chlamydia?
You have to pull her aside and make sure it's over the intercom at work and tell her what needs to be told.
Whoa.
No, you pull her aside and you tell her, hey, we got to go out and get some coffee, blah, blah, blah. And she'll say, why? I don't even like you. And you'll say, trust me, you need to go with me. Make that serious face that a woman can identify very clearly. And then she'll say, okay, I'll go, because she'll know you have something serious to tell her. And then at Starbucks or Tully's, which I prefer, you can tell her what needs to be told.
There you go.
And make sure I'm sitting at the next table so you give me a heads up. Give me a heads up on when you're going to be doing this, okay?
Take her in the bathroom, show her the chlamydia ball. You can have one of these.
You're going to feel awful, but you'll feel worse if you let this woman die or let her VJ all dry up because you never tell her.
I know.
And in some ways, it is your
Do you want? How about the three of us will go out and I'll tell her.
Oh, yeah.
I'll meet you out at an old country buffet.
Oh, I'm going to.
Jeez, no kidding.
And we'll sit down with her and I'll tell her. Would that make? I'll do it if that makes it easier for you. I will absolutely do that. I'm not joking.
Why don't you just do it? Why don't we just give her a call?
Just because I want to see the caller, Terry.
No.
Because I have a feeling you're really hot, Sarah. Are you really hot or what? And you love being on the giving end. She's a real giver, Terry. She loves to have a little year of her life where she's just having a no-holds-barred sexual relationship and nothing more. No strings attached. No need to call her the next day. Send an email at 10 o'clock and she's there ready with her little sundress on at noon.
You in the sundress.
Oh, Terry.
It's springtime.
Is Sarah beautiful or what?
Sure, she's beautiful.
She didn't even give the guy a hard time for giving her the clap.
No kidding. Kind of a little joke.
I promise not to give you the clap.
Oh, great.
No applause here. So,
does she have a MySpace?
Why don't you let me tell her? All right, I'm very delicate in these situations.
Yeah, I hear.
You absolutely, Sarah, to answer your question, you absolutely have to tell her. But you're not comfortable doing it, so I'm offering my services. But if you don't accept my services, you have to do it, and you have to do it soon. All right?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
Yes.
I appreciate your services.
But you didn't answer my question. First off, are you hot? I'm assuming you're hot, so the answer has already been answered in my mind. You're hot, right? What do you look like?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Don't play dumb. I'm here. Stop that. Women do that to me all the time.
Oh, jeez.
I'm here. Sarah, we're here. Sarah.
Don't do that, Sarah.
She's lying.
Sarah.
Oh, she dropped off.
Hello?
Play with the T-Man like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just teasing you.
Her line was too clear for her to feel like she lost the connection. Please. Usually if someone's doing that, it's too static. Hello? Hello?
Just so we're clear, we are not going to the buffet today. Schedule that in.
We'll just take our chances that they'll be there and we'll go anyway.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nothing makes you hungry like the talk of gonorrhea.
And if I have to...
Gonorrhea balls.
If I have to... It was chlamydia balls. If I have to...
Yeah, that too.
If I have to tell Sarah's little work friend there over Old Country Buffet biscuit, I will do it, Terry.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she could just talk her friend into going to the doctor and let the doctor break it to her.
Oh. Well, I mean, what else needs to be said when you say, go to the gynecologist? I think that pretty much says, in and of itself, what needs to be said.
Go to the gynecologist.
Oh, dear. Huh? Yeah, right?
Well, the clap.
Get it, the clap.
Oh, I see.
As a hint.
I got you.
Time
Good job,
for your yearly
Stephen.
Pabst Blue Ribbon smear.
You're right. Oh, now Pasty is called back Sarah.
Uh-oh.
Just get her MySpace, Pasty. We're cool.
Oh.
I was going to ask her what she looked like, but she obviously didn't want to. She was losing the connection when she felt those questions coming, which means my assessment may be way off, Terry. She may be a real portly, chlamydia-filled lady.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Maybe
she's
why
cured.
she didn't care. She's happy just to get some action.
Is chlamydia that curable? What, one little potion you drink and you're good, or what?
Penicillin, right? Just take an antibiotic and you're good. I heard.
One.
Well, then that's like the sniffles, then. He gave her a cold. He gave her nothing big. Why should
Well, but again, if it goes untreated.
Spent so much time with Sarah. Neglected all these other calls that have their issues, Terry. But she was worthy for a while there.
Yeah. Interesting.
1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Let's go to Ash in Walnut Creek. Ash, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you, Ash?
I don't even know, buddy. I don't even know.
Doesn't even know how he is, Terry. This is how in need this caller is.
Well, we started a relationship 3 years and a half ago with my girlfriend. It was a little high school thing. We met at the high school, and we started going out. Everything was fine. We loved each other everything was fine. I mean, I took her to Tahoe for her birthday.
Oh, well. Yeah.
I took her out for life.
Took her for life.
care of her life, I think.
You took care of her life.
Yeah, I took care of her. Anything.
Well,
she
taking her
needed,
to
I got
Tahoe
her
pretty
clothes.
much stipulates taking care of her life, as far as I'm concerned, Terry.
No question.
Nothing
But,
like
you know-
Tahoe to take care of your life. All right? So you were very generous to her, is what you're saying. Is that right? You were very giving to her.
I was gonna marry her. I mean, everything was. I'm still on it. I would do it for her. I would do anything for her. I already told her.
Man, this man sounds stressed, Terry. Do you hear this?
Anything she needed it, I spent everything I had on her.
Okay.
I did everything I could for her.
All right, you've made it very clear. You overwhelmed her with generosity. So what's the problem, Ash?
She, after 3 years and a half, all of a sudden, over nothing, she sort of broke up with me. And she's going out with another guy. She's sort of hanging out.
Ash, let me stop you right there. I've heard enough. Ash, despite sometimes how generous you are with a woman, despite how giving and how emotionally just overwhelming you are with a certain female or male for that matter in the reverse situation, sometimes, for whatever reason, it's not enough, the magic isn't there, and the other party moves on, and that is their right, Ash. Ash feels like she's required to stay with him because of all the groundwork he's laid down with generosity and being there for her and being such the great boyfriend.
Right. Giving her all the support in everything she does.
Ash, do you acknowledge, are you aware that even though a man can act as good as you have, that a woman can, for whatever reason, break up with him? Are you aware that that happens?
Well, you know what?
Sounds like a no.
Let me just tell you how I feel, honestly, because
I can just hear in the tone of your voice how you feel, Ash. You're crushed.
Yeah, very.
We've all been crushed by a woman. Not really. People need to hear this at certain times in their life. We've all been crushed by a woman at some point in our life, Ash. We've all felt the heartache that, you can tangibly almost feel his heart breaking right live on the air right now, Terry.
I'd slap Angie Christensen right now if I ever find her.
I don't know what that means, but
the one that broke my heart.
Crushed his heart.
Here's the thing. She knows it. She still tells me she loves me, but she's not in love with me.
Okay, well, that says a lot. That says a lot. That means she cares about you. But as I said, that magic is not there for her, Ash.
How can I make it?
Ash, sometimes, as hard as you try, as many rabbits as you try to pull out of the hat, you can't make it happen, Ash. I know that's hard to accept. I know that's hard to comprehend after all you've put in the past 3.5 years. But, Ash, you're going to either beat yourself up over this for weeks, months, and years to come, or you're going to accept it and start to let the healing process begin.
You know what? I sold one of my cars to just buy a ring. Diamond ring.
Ash, forget diamond rings. You have two options right now. You can either accept that she's moved on and there's nothing you can do about it and let the healing begin, and there will be a long-term healing process that will take approximately at least 4 months. Doesn't sound like a lot to you and me, Terry, but it's going to be an eternity for Ash.
Right.
Or you can become a stalker and follow her everywhere she goes and show up at where she works and give her gifts and be that creepy guy. Now you have a choice to make right now. Which guy do you want to be, Ash?
Well, I don't want to be the creepy guy, but on the other side, I don't want to lose her.
Ash,
it's hard for me.
You don't
I'm
want to
sharing a lot
lose
with
her. Ash, you don't want to lose her, but in some large respect, whether you like it or not, and he sounds like such a nice guy. Terry, it's hard to tell him this.
He does.
Ash?
Yes.
You've lost her in the way that you're hoping to have her, Ash.
Well, the one thing that has actually, I have some hope in it. She tells me that
no, you know
she's
what?
going to
Buy her a
get back
diamond
with
ring.
me.
He already has.
Oh, he's already bought her a diamond ring? Buy her
sold the
another.
car.
She needs one more diamond ring, Ash. If you buy her a BMW, she's yours for life.
Wow, just show up at work.
He had me a Tahoe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, snowboard and gamble in the same city, I'm
You
there.
already bought her a BMW.
You bought her a
Damn.
BMW? Ash, it could very well be the case that she was loving how much you were providing for her over the past 3.5 years, and that magic that I assume just kind of drifted away over time was never really there in the first place, Ash. You may be a guy who's been played for the past 3.5 years, Ash, and I don't want one more day to go by where that happens to you. Ash, are you hearing me?
Yes, but
you're a good guy, Ash. You don't need this crap.
It's hard, but it's really hard.
You don't need this crap from this wench, Ash. Forget about her. Terry, she's been stringing them along for 3.5 years, taking BMWs and trips to Tahoe.
Hey, maybe she just all of a sudden
Well, I haven't
said,
given her the Beamer yet.
Oh, my God. Take it back.
You said you gave her a Beamer. Now, did you give her a Beamer or not? You don't have a Beamer stored away somewhere that you've been waiting to give her, Ash.
A model Beamer?
Either you gave her a Beamer or you didn't give her a Beamer. You don't have one in storage that you've been waiting to give her and haven't given her yet. That's not the way it works. You haven't given her a Beamer. So why are you lying now, Ash?
Well, here's the thing. When we shopped the car...
If she comes back to me, I'll give her the Beamer.
No, we shot the car.
You shot
for a car.
for a
car. Finance it.
Yes.
She didn't know about it. I bought it for her, and I want to give it to her this Friday.
Jeez, this Friday. Wasn't she have a new boyfriend though?
Yes, she's seeing somebody else.
She's seeing somebody else. You want to look down the street?
But she's going to come back to me.
Ash, do you want to look down the street and see your new boyfriend driving the Beamer that you paid for?
Shirt off. Oakley's on.
Is that
big chew in his mouth? Look at this car.
Is that what you want, Ash?
How do I fix
I don't want to see that.
Is that what you need in your life?
Well, you'll see it.
Well, then, Ash, find someone out there who's more worthy of your time.
Right, even if she says, "Okay, I'd like to be with you," it's because of the stuff you bought her. You
Right. Ash, you got to see the handwriting on the wall. Now, there's some woman out there. She hasn't shown her face yet. She has not revealed who she is in this world to you, but she's out there, and she's the right woman for you. This one isn't it, Ash. Obviously.
So why does she want to hang out with me all the time?
Because you make life very easy for her. A, you're at her beck and call. B, you buy her anything she asks for. And C, you, B, C, all of the above.
You're right.
Yeah, there's a car coming Friday.
Yeah, so she's told her new boyfriend, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Once we get the car, let's go to Tahoe.
Oh, jeez. I can't afford Tahoe. You're going to have to get that from him, too.
Okay.
Anyway, Ash, trust in the T-Man. Do you trust in the T-Man?
I trust you, but I want to see if you can talk to her maybe, or if there's anything we can do, buddy. I mean, I only cried in my life for two people, my dad, who passed away, and her.
Oh, gee. Mm-hmm. You should separate those two.
He's only cried for two
that's
people.
That's real hard for me.
Yes. Ash, well, you know what? Tears, unfortunately, had to flow for your dad, who passed away. And if it takes tears to get you through this and begin the healing process, well, then that's what it's going to take, Ash, because I can't make happen what is not in the cards, Ash. I wish I could wave a T-Man magic wand and all of a sudden magically she falls in love with you, not just caring about you as a friend or almost, I hate to say, Terry, as some kind of like a pet situation that she drags around by the nose.
Right.
That's not who you are, Ash.
Yeah, you gotta
You can't let her drag you around on some kind of leash here and accommodate her when she feels the need to get a little bit of something here or something there.
Find someone to buy you something once in a while.
Yeah, find someone to return a little bit of the love that you have obviously ready to give on a regular basis, Ash. I could maybe even talk some sense into her and work some kind of magic here, Cherry, but that would be doing Ash a disservice here. Ash doesn't need this girl.
Well, she's supposed to talk to the guy by this Friday.
Okay,
to
listen,
get it over with, but I don't know. If she doesn't, you're right. I'm going to move on.
Okay.
I hope.
Even if she does talk to him and decides that she has made a drastic mistake, I wouldn't really believe in it, Ash. All right? But that probably won't happen, so you promised us that by this Friday, if she still has the boyfriend hanging around, you're going to begin to pick yourself up and move on. Is that right?
Yes.
And even though all you know pretty much in this world is this girl, you're going to see what else is out there for you because he's been with her since high school, Terry. They were all sweethearts, and he's been hanging around her for a long time. That this is pretty much all he knows in the world is this girl. So it's not easy. It's easier said than done, Ash. I know. But you're going to have to do it. All right? And it's going to hurt for a while.
You're right.
See the hurt as progress. When you feel this unbelievable level of hurt, say, I'm on the road to recovery.
There's one more thing I want to ask you. I know, yeah, but she might be pregnant from me.
Mm-hmm. Ash, you can only hope, I guess, right? Ash.
Well, she probably is.
She's pregnant from you. Well, then you'll deal with it when she tells you about it. Ash?
Probably the other guys.
Keep us
money out of him.
Keep us posted. All right?
If she is
Okay, I'll call back on Friday and let you know.
Please do.
I will.
Take care, Ash.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye-bye, Ash. That's Ash, Terry.
That is Ash.
You like Ash?
Mm-hmm. I like Ash. Ash has got to like himself a little bit more.
Yeah.
And realize you can't be treated like this. And Steven's not so far off. If she is somehow pregnant right now, she may be inclined to tell Ash it's his.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's Scary Spice trying to hug her meat hooks into Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
And I really need a BMW for the new kid.
Mm-hmm.
Very safe car for them.
Yeah.
Convertible, please. Leather. 5-disc
Two-door.
DVD.
Gotcha.
Anything you want, baby.
The T-Man Show.
Yeah, don't we all? All right, whatever. Anyhow, Jerry. Okay, we'll be there waiting for you. Anyhow. Oh, he's still going here. Akon won't shut up. Okay. Let's make it a global Bob moment to end this program.
Ooh, got it.
To those who have been waiting on the line to talk about their relationship issues, they'll have to wait. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. I have to disconnect some of these people. Unfortunately, they've been waiting hopefully not too long.
Mm-hmm.
And you can call back tomorrow if you don't mind. But right now, not only will I give away a pair of bomb tickets, Terry, we'll give away a pair of global import and domestic car show tickets for those up in the Northwest, for those in the Bay. The first caller from each area will be rewarded in a global bomb kind of moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say one thing really quick here?
Jeez.
I'm sorry to interrupt the show.
All right.
I'd like to thank Terry for making a mental note of reminding you about to talk about something at 6 a.m. and not reminding you.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Sitting here waiting the whole time for her mental note to come through and look where it
Terry's
got us.
mental note is
I
always
fell
something
through.
that you could set your clocks by.
Yeah, please don't.
I completely
By the
I was
way,
waiting.
Stephen had actually written it down. He was
His fault now.
T-Man
You
personal
swore,
sex tape.
Terry, that you wanted to know
Yeah.
at 6
I know,
o'clock
I
so you would
know.
remind me later,
I know, and I
and you
took
didn't
a
even come
moment.
close to reminding me. Anyway,
Don't you wait, Tina. I got a mental note up here. It's all good.
you're
Bet you won't
on,
forget to get your nails done today.
you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
Giving away bomb tickets?
Who's this?
Kiana.
From where?
Menlo Park.
And you want tickets to the show 2 weeks from tomorrow?
Yes, T-Man.
Oh, jeez. She sounds like she's feeling like any second she's going to have those hot-ass tickets in her hot-ass hand.
Well, you're qualified.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Tiana, you've won tickets.
Thank you, T-Man.
Who are you going with? I'm always curious to know who people are going with.
Yeah,
I want to, because as happy as you are for the people who actually do the work to win,
Right.
you got to feel that much more of a windfall kind of situation happening for those who just get to go along for the ride.
I'm
here.
tagging along. I didn't have to do anything.
Who you taking with you, Tiana?
I'm going to take one of my cousins.
Sounds nice. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Whew.
Yes.
All right, try to find us at the show.
Pardon me?
Try to find us at the show. I'll be the handsome one. All right?
Oh, all right.
Oh.
You know, Terry, full well that that's me.
Oh, I know.
Mhm.
I'm all in it.
I'll be the handsome one. I'm a handsome guy. I love that word, handsome. Handsome.
Like what our parents would say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's a handsome fella.
Mm.
Terry's all in it, though.
But don't get fresh.
Okay, that takes care of
Yeah, the bomb.
the winner pool from the Bay. Now we go to the Northwest to try to find someone who wants global import and domestic car show tickets. And you were the first caller in. Who's this?
Michael?
Michael from where?
Michael from Redmond?
Oh, you hear that escalating tone of his voice, how excited he's getting? Michael from Redmond, you feel confident that you are in position to get your hands on global import and domestic car show tickets? Is that what I'm sensing?
Yeah, you're sensing that right.
Well,
You're sensing right.
we're both then right because you have won tickets, sir.
Oh, yes.
Why don't you hang on and congratulate Tiana, all right? Put Tiana on hold. Let's have a moment between the two winners here, Terry.
Okay, a big win moment.
Yes.
Double winner.
Why don't you winners pat each other on the back? Go ahead.
We did it.
Tiana, meet Michael. Michael is also having the same kind of moment you're having right now. He's a winner as well.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, what's up, baby?
Oh.
Whoa.
Would you guys like to trade in your tickets for a little get-together that we'll pay for at a Motel 6?
Hey.
I'm down.
Of course he is.
Why do I get the feeling they're very serious? All right. Continue on with your conversation. Don't mind us.
So how's the bay?
Lovely.
Not as lovely as you, though.
That is so
I beg to
lame.
differ.
Trying to macro.
You beg to differ. He's just saying you're lovelier than even the beautiful Bay. Why do you beg to differ?
Nothing.
I've seen myself.
I didn't
too, man.
hear
I'm
it.
not
My
lovely.
phone kind of cut out.
Oh. All right. Well, he paid you a compliment, and now it's your turn.
Oh, my bad. Oh, thank you. I love your voice. Sounds sexy.
Thank you. I am sexy.
I beg to differ.
It is good.
That explains the voice, then, huh? Because he is sexy.
Mm-hmm. The voice isn't any false advertising. He wants you to understand, Tiana. Tiana, why does it sound like you're getting orgasmic right now? Just talking to Michael and Redmond. You all right?
Purring, isn't
Yes.
she?
You're moaning. Continue. I mean, I don't want to stop you. Continue moaning. Go ahead.
Yeah, continue. I have that effect on women.
I'm done already.
Well, that's his line. Are you guys done? Is that it? That's all you got for each other?
Wow, that was the height.
It had such potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We had big hopes for you two.
Fizzled quickly.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, they're pretty quiet. There you go.
So you're
Pasty,
not getting together.
Take it from there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They did have a lot of promise,
Yeah, they did.
but a lot of times with potential, it doesn't pan out. But they both won tickets to their respective shows. Okay.
Woo.
And more Global Bomb moments coming in the days to come.
The T-Man Show.